revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?
What up, everybody? Shout out to the good, clean people here. What's up, Aunt Deb over on YouTube? Yes, I'm talking about this because I actually had to familiarize myself with it just enough to feel confident to go live and talk about it. This case involving Rick Chow is the same case as Latasha Harlins from 1991 in Los Angeles, where this Asian store owner unalived a black person and got away with it. And it's even worse because the 2021 anti-hate bill against Asians actually empowered them and gave them courage to be able to continue to violate us in our neighborhoods. Asians, specifically Chinese people, will come from China, come over here, get all these stocks, loans to open up bodegas in our neighborhood, then go back to China and come back and do it all again, pass it to their kids and so forth, and sell products, food, services in our communities while looking down upon us. That happens all the time, all over the world. So in South Carolina, Rick Chow decided to unalive a 14-year-old kid named Cyrus, who pretty much went into the store and was checking out 4 bottles of water but did not take anything, and it was alleged that he stole. And because they thought he stole, him and his son Andy Chow decided to chase Cyrus outside of the store, and in the pursuit of chase, I'm pretty sure Andy would have got his whooped by Cyrus, and so he told his father that homeboy pulled a blicky on him, and then his father unalived him because they have stand your ground laws in the state of South Carolina to where you can unalive somebody and you don't have a duty to retreat if that person is in fear and or you're doing it to protect another person. They also have similar stand your ground laws in the state of Florida as well. The uniqueness about this particular case is that Cyrus was running. He was running, his back was turned, and he was running away and shot in the back. He wasn't shot in the shoulder or in the torso from turning around, pointing a blicky. He was shot in the back as if he was running away. We also seen a police officer shoot Stephon Clark in the back over there in the Bay Area in California, and the police had to pay for that. They really did. And now with Rick Chow, he served 3 years in jail, went to trial, and the jury acquitted him. And they act like it was going to be a fair trial. Black people were in fact on the jury when they found him not guilty. So we got to talk about the law. We got to talk about the case a little bit. And also this notion that's called beyond a reasonable doubt, which is something that is going to come up frequently on this channel as we cover the Carmelo Anthony case out of Texas. Carmelo Anthony, Chud the Builder, Rick Chow, all of these cases deal with defense theories of stand your ground and First Amendment, Second Amendment cases. So I think it's very overwhelming for these cases to be so similar, happening simultaneously at the same time, especially with the climate that we live in. I firmly believe if we don't get it together, we as American people, Black, white, Asian American people, are going to head into a civil war with each other while there's a global war being fought called World War III. And so that's kind of conspiratory. So let me just keep it focused on this case. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. If you have any thoughts, comments, opinions, let me know in the chat. Let me know on a Clubhouse if you have any thoughts, comments, or opinion and so forth. And we're going to get to the business. Thank you, Kiki, for being here. Over some water. Yes, over some water. He didn't steal. His life meant nothing to them at all. And what's crazy and shocking to me is that multiple people, at least 4 people, testified out of this black community in a majority black county, testified that they did not see Cyrus point a blicky at Andy Chow. The only person or the only thing that made people believe that Rick Chow was innocent was Andy's testimony. So they're going to take the word of one Asian kid whose sole duty is to protect his father, which means that he would get on the stand and lie for his father to save his father. They're going to take that statement and create reasonable doubt so that he's found not guilty. And the black people of South Carolina that were on the trial of fact actually let it stand. This is crazy to me in America this day, especially how hard it is to get black people on the jury stand, and they let this fly. So without further ado, let me go ahead and familiarize myself with a couple of the witness testimonies. There was about 4 or 5 witnesses who said that Cyrus was running and he did not point the blinking, but both parties, the prosecutor and the defense, actually conceded that Cyrus actually had a blicky. So nobody really questioned whether he had it or not. The only difference is, did he or did he not point the blinking at Andy Cho? And so that is what this case boiled down to. So without further ado, here's a shooting witness that's retelling the story very much similar to the other witnesses. And she actually broke down on the stand. So let's take a look at this. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you have any comments or questions.
States 24, slide 24 from states number 4, exhibit number 4.
I'm going to speed it up a little bit just for time management. Oh, no, let me not sleep it, but speed it up and put it on 1.5 times the speed. So if she's looking crazy, mouth moving fast and all, it's because it's sped up.
Tell me what you see in that video.
My vehicle and Mr. Chow and the other gentleman running.
And is that what you experienced on May 28, 2023?
Yes.
And that caused for attention?
Yes.
What did you see next?
I saw Cyrus run across the street. I saw a female, I guess, I don't know if it's a street or not. I saw her pick up a shoe.
And did you continue to watch this whole incident unfold?
I did.
And you watched from your vantage point right there at the corner that you just pointed out to the jury?
Yes.
Tell us what you saw from that vantage point.
At that point, I saw Cyrus run across the street, them chasing him. I saw Cyrus trip, and he got up, and I was excited because I wanted him to continue running, but he didn't get up straight up. I thought he tripped again, and he went down.
Did you at any point in time see anything in Cyrus's hands?
I did not.
Okay. Would you be at a point where you could see things that were in his hands?
Yes.
All right. What happened next? You can take your time.
I turned my vehicle around and went down to where they were located at. I stopped and I wrote down my window and asked, is everything okay? And he said, no, call 911.
So let's stop there. Before you drove down to see what was going on, could you see, you said Cyrus fell a second time?
He fell, he tripped over the curb, and then as he was getting up, he fell down again, so he didn't get upright. He didn't get upright to where he was.
What were the 2 men who were chasing him doing?
I saw the son. I saw both of them chase him, and then when I drove down there, I can't at this point because I had to turn my vehicle around. So I had to look left to make sure when the car cut. So then I drove down there and I stopped and asked if they needed help. Was everything okay? The son, they was distance apart from Cyrus. Cyrus was in the middle of it, and Mr. Chow was in front of Cyrus. Cyrus was already laying on the ground, and the father was near, just where his head was at.
So let me ask you this, just to make sure I'm getting this chronologically correct. Before you drove down there, you saw them run in front of your car?
Yes.
All right, and you saw him fall a couple times?
Yes.
All right, and then as he fell, you saw him, when he fell the final time, can you tell us where they were positioned?
I cannot tell you.
Can you tell us what if anything, you saw Mr. Chow, the defendant in this case, doing, or his son doing when he fell the final time?
The final time when I saw him, he was already moving towards the front of Cyrus.
Okay.
And the son was behind Cyrus, but a little ways off from where Cyrus was at. It's like the son ran up near the curb and stopped, so he didn't move no further.
And you saw Cyrus fall the final time?
I did.
Was he ever pointing towards them or doing anything towards them that you could see?
No, that I could see, no.
And did you ever see anything in his hand?
I did not.
So when you actually went down to the scene, you said you drove down there. Did you at some point engage or have a conversation? Let me change this around a little bit. What is it that you saw when you finally got down to the scene? You said that you saw Cyrus on the ground. Tell me what was going on.
When I got down there, Mr. Chow was down on his knees. Cyrus was on his back. And Mr. Chow has his hand out. And I asked, where did the blood come from? Are you bleeding? Are you hurt? I said, who's hurt? And he said, him. So I looked at Cyrus. And I said, where? Because I didn't see no blood. And so by then there was another female. And Mr. Chow, he rolled him over and he raised his shirt up. And I saw the hole in the back. And then he rolled him back over and I cleared. By then he had leaves in his mouth. And I cleared the way because he had started making gurgling. So I thought he was trying to breathe. So I was trying to clear him so he can breathe. And I told him to, the female, to do, because I didn't know how to do CPR. So I told him to do CPR because he was trying to breathe. And I told him to do CPR. So the young lady started doing chest compression. And Mr. Child was getting CPR mouth to mouth to him. And I just told him to keep on.
And you tried to do what you could to help with the situation after Cyrus had been shot.
Yes.
Do you know who shot Cyrus?
I don't know who shot, but I know when I went down there, when I turned my car around, went down there and stopped, Mr. Child was in a shooting stance where he's standing upright with his legs and he had his arms like this.
Like, can you stand and demonstrate to the jury what you mean by shooting stance? And hold on for a minute. Let me move this. May she come down here, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. When I drove down there and stopped, the scene was over here. And I rolled down my window, and he was in a stance like this.
And what did you do when you saw Mr. Chow in a stance like that, the defendant Mr. Chow in a stance like that?
I asked him, was everything okay? And he said, no. Call 911.
And is that what you did?
Yes, I had my family in the car, so I needed to get them out of danger and throw them up to the next apartment lot. And then I ran back down. And as I was going up, though, I was calling 911, but I was so nervous that I needed to get back down there and help them. And I just gave the phone to my daughter because I couldn't get the information out.
Court is open. Yes. So I'm going to show you what's the morning slide 20 of Station Exhibit number 4. You can take a look at that, please. 21. I'm sorry, slide 21 of Station Exhibit number 4. So we loop back a little bit just to go back to the beginning of this. What is it that you saw? Did you talk about shoe?
Shoe came on.
Okay, that's what you saw?
I saw him right here on the red, bright red.
Could you see it?
So I was able to see him. But I saw a shoe that's white and it just flew off. It's running.
Could you see his face?
I saw his face.
Tell me what you saw.
He just looked frightened and scared. He looked like he needed help.
And how did you say he looked frightened and scared? How do you say that?
The way his eyes were just like a kind of child, just in trouble, just needed help. He just looked scared. It just in his eyes.
And is that what compelled you to do a little bit more?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because this is like one of my grandkids, one of my kids, just looked scared, and I just had to help. I could not do nothing. I could not do nothing. I could not. My daughter wanted me to. I could not. The best thing I could do was just get my family out the way. And I didn't mind if I got hurt, but I needed my family out the way, and I had to go down there and help them.
And that's what you did?
And that's what I did.
And later you had an opportunity to speak to law enforcement about what you did?
Yes.
You did that. And let's just be clear, you're not in relation to anybody in this case, correct?
No.
You were with your family?
Yes.
And you watched all of these things unfold?
Yes.
Court is open. What was in his hands?
I didn't see anything in his hand.
And as he fell multiple times, what was in his hands?
I didn't see anything in his hand.
And from your vantage point, you feel certain you would have seen if something was in his hands?
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's all I have. Thank you.
was going there to purchase that, but we never made it inside.
We've seen a video of your automobile, BMW SUV, I think you said, turn off of the park lane onto Spring Tree, and then you say you immediately pulled into the parking lot of the station.
Yes.
And maybe when we get this going. Technology. In a moment, when you get this video out, I'll ask you some questions about this. But now, your SUV, you were riding with, where was your daughter? And your daughter's name is Kennedy?
Kennedy.
All right. And how old is she?
30. She's old. She's 30.
Don't say that's old.
She's not a baby.
She's a young lady, but she was seated in the passenger seat of your automobile. Is that right?
No, Kennedy was behind me. My granddaughter was on the passenger side.
All right. So which side of the automobile was she sitting?
She was directly behind me.
And are your windows in your vehicle are tinted?
Yes, they are.
And so, let me ask you to step down again. Let me get this for you. And our solicitor has hidden the pointer. Oops, there it is. So, as you did before, would you reach up there and show the jury where your vehicle was?
Yes, I pulled off Spring Tree onto here.
Okay. So up beyond that bush, perhaps?
Right there.
All right. And so your view would have been down the road, and so as you testified, you watched through your window. Windows were rolled up in your vehicle, I think?
Yes, they're legally tinted, though they're not.
Okay. And the three people you saw run past you, would you kind of give the jury an indication with your pointer there where they ran by you, past you?
When I was pulling off, Cyrus was just stepping off all the steps and he started running. So Cyrus were here and the other two gentlemen was just past my vehicle here.
Okay.
The shoe flew off. The lady came and picked it up.
All right.
I saw them go down because I had backed up.
And let me ask you to stop you there. You saw the shoe come off somewhere around that red car? Or
I don't recall. I don't recall.
do you recall?
I recall the shoe flying off. I saw the lady come and pick it up.
All right. But that was sometime later that she came and picked it up? Or
Yes, they was already off. Yeah.
All right. And did you see the gentleman you're calling Cyrus, did you see him throw 2 cell phones away?
No.
Didn't see that. You see him throw anything else away?
No, I did not. I didn't see anything in his hand.
Okay. Now, if you'll point up on that, you have to take a step up to get there. Point about where you believe that Mr. Belton, that's the person we're calling Cyrus, where his injury would have been. Where was it that you saw him being shot?
Ran across the street. This is the trip that somewhere in there. Somewhere in here. I can't right. He tripped and then he went down and then he shot it. Like up in,
They didn't get far at all.
So your recollection is that it wasn't all the way there.
So here's another witness. That was a looked like a respectable, professional African-American woman of the community. There was no objections to anything she said. There was nothing that made me not believe her. You know, I like looking at these videos and catching where objections should have been placed, what the attorneys could have done better. I didn't see any of that. So with her testifying, saying she did not see him with a blinky at all, why would they not believe her, or why would they choose to believe Andy Cho over her? I don't know. But here's another, this is an African-American gentleman who witnessed what happened, and he himself also says that he did not see Cyrus with.
You see your car, and just let me know when you see your car in this video.
So he's leaving the store. And coming behind.
That's you over there, that white car?
Yeah.
Okay, play it.
And his son Andy is the problem. He's the one who went behind this kid trying to flex his muscle to show that he's like a tough guy. But your daddy is behind you. You know you'll get your ass rocked in real motherfucking life. So his son is the problem. This dude is out of the store. It's 4 bottles of water that y'all sell over the price. Nigga, y'all sell 2 bottles of water. It paid for the whole crate. But that's not the point. The point is, this dude is out of the store. You're not to take law enforcement inside your own hand. That's where they went wrong at. You're not the police. Call the police. Put his picture on the door and say he cannot enter anymore. This is the neighborhood Shell gas station that you guys are owning. This is a neighborhood kid. You're bound to see him again. The police is bound to know him. You got him on video. If you feel like a theft took place, call the police, make the report. They'll pull the footage, and then they'll pick him up later. That's what happens. But Andy, Rick Chow's son, decided to follow behind him. So he initiated, antagonized all of this shit to happen. And I feel like because he feels guilty, he done lied on the stand for his father, which is why he was found not guilty.
Okay. And did that show you on Park Lane taking a ride on Spring Street?
Yeah.
Who was in the car with you?
Just me.
All right. What did you see?
As I turned, once I got like maybe by what's that stuff? An entryway in the parking lot for the store. There was the young boy and there was 2 people chasing. And by the time I got close by the entrance, he had ran out of shoe. Like ran across the street. They still chasing him. He stumbles and falls. He's trying to get back up. He's making up.
Wait, let me stop you real quick. You talk about the young boy. Did you see the young boy you're describing in that video?
Yeah.
620?
Yeah.
Okay. What was he wearing?
A hoodie.
Okay. Then you said they were chasing him. Who were they?
The man and his son.
Okay. Did you ever seen any of these people before?
No.
Okay. The man and his son, do you know who that man is now?
Oh, yeah, now.
Okay. And who was that man?
His name Chow.
Okay. Do you see him here?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is he?
Right there with glasses.
So Rick Chow and his son, and Rick Chow's son were chasing the red shirt boy?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the boy in the red? Do you know that now be Cyrus?
Yeah, now.
Okay. If I call him Cyrus, will you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Did you get to see Cyrus's face when he was running?
Just this side, when it crossed the street. And yeah, the right side of his face as I was advancing up Spring Street.
Okay. What, if anything, did Cyrus have in his hand?
A book bag.
Okay. Okay. What else did he have in his hand? Anything?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. And how close did Cyrus, Rick Chow, and Andy Chow get to you while you're driving down Spring Street?
Real close. I had to hit my brakes because if I wasn't paying no attention, I could have hit one of them. That's how close they was to my car.
Okay. So they were in front of your car?
Yeah.
Okay. As they crossed Spring Street?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to see any kind of facial expressions that Cyrus was making?
No, not really. No.
Okay. What did you think when you first saw Rick Chow and his son Andy? Did Rick Chow and his son Andy, did they appear to be adults or did they appear to be young adults?
No, adults. And I thought that maybe it was the police maybe chasing him because when he was running, I could see his holster. I see people on the pictures in front of the stores still not being chased. So at first I was thinking that he was maybe a police officer.
So here's another witness.
Again, your name is Kennedy Carson.
Correct.
And so just to kind of move a little bit, well, I'll give you a couple court kind of procedural pieces, then I'll try to speed the process along a little bit. So you got a court reporter sitting next to you, so just need you to speak loudly enough. And if
And the teller, customer service representative, IT specialist, now I'm a lockbox processor.
so you've been there for quite some time.
Yes.
And you dealt with the public, you dealt with multiple roles at TV.
Yes.
All right. Now, back in 2023, May of 2023, where were you living?
Greenbrier Apartments.
All right. And is that in Columbia area, Richmond County?
Yes, it is.
Can you give us a little bit better vantage point of where that is in Columbia?
Off of the Spring Tree Road, Park Lane, Spring Tree, I believe.
Okay. So I'm going to show you it's already been marked state 15. Okay. Going to hand that over to you. Take a look at that if you would for a moment. See if you can familiarize yourself with that photograph.
This is the Shell gas station.
Okay. And so that first, big man. So that first video that we showed was an aerial view, meaning a kind of a bird's eye view of it. This is closer in. This is the Shell station that you were going to that particular day that states 16?
Yes.
All right. And did you go to that Shell station often?
Yes.
All right. Now, About how many times, if you could just kind of count in your head roughly how many times you've been inside that Shell station?
I can't count on my hands. It's been too many. I lived in that area for over 3 years, so that was the gas station I frequent.
Okay.
So,
And so having been in there before, you kind of had a chance to walk and look around the store, is that fair?
yes.
All right. And was there anything about the decorations in that store or the pictures in that store that would bring your attention to things?
What's alarming is when you walk in the store, you see all the photos on the wall.
Okay, so let me show you what's been marked as exhibit number 52. Okay. Take a look at this and tell me if you recognize that, if you're familiar with that view.
Yes.
Tell me what you're seeing generally.
The clerk stand and the photos.
Okay, and you see several photos, correct?
Yes.
All right, may I have that? And it's stage 52 that is up on that board, the photos that you're talking about above the clerk stand, is that a fair and accurate representation of what you would see on a daily basis or however often you shopped in that convenience store?
Yes.
All right. Did you have a chance to have conversations with the clerks and people who were in that store?
Yes.
Do you see any of them sitting in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Who do you see sitting in the courtroom if you don't name?
Mr. Chow.
And where is he seated?
He's seated over there.
And the record reflect that the defendant, excuse me, the witness is pointing out Mr. Chow. Yes. Okay, the defendant in this case. All right, so if we focus on the 28th, you were heading home that evening, is what you said. What kind of vehicle were you guys riding in?
BMW X5.
Okay, BMW X5?
Yes.
And that was your mom's car?
Yes, it was.
And you said your daughter was in the car, you were in the car?
Yes.
Where was everybody positioned inside of that car?
My mother was driving. My niece was in the passenger seat up front. Me and my daughter were in the back seat.
Okay. And you were, so again, you said you were in the back seat. I'd like to, and what, if anything, occurred as you were coming home and turning on the Spring Tree to go to that store?
We pulled into the gas station. As we were pulling in, Cyrus was running out, and behind Cyrus was his son and Mr. Chow.
Okay. So I'd like to show slide number 20 of state's exhibit number 4. So tell us if you recognize the vehicle that you would have been traveling in on May 28, 2023.
I was passing right there.
Okay. And when you say right there, do you need to step down or can I, is that the one that's, is a,
I can describe it. There's a red sign in front of the car, and then we are right behind that red sign there.
okay. And so as you pulled into that gas, did you take a ride into the gas station?
Yes.
All right, and what did you observe when you took a ride into the gas station?
Cyrus was running out. His shoe had fell off, and he was holding his pants up with one hand and pumping his arms with the other.
All right. And when you said he was running out, you said there were people behind him. Do you recognize in this courtroom anybody who was behind him?
Yes.
Tell us who you recognized.
Mr. Chow.
The defendant, Mr. Chow? Rick
Yes.
Chow? All right. Now, I'd like to let's see this. And tell us, what was Cyrus, what was his demeanor as he was running away?
His eyes were big. He was running pretty fast.
Okay. Was it a casual stroll like you walking through the park?
No.
Describe or show the jury, if you could, with your hands what you were observing as Miss Cyrus came out of that store.
Cyrus was holding his pants up like this, pumping his arms like this.
You
So
said,
she just basically said he was running, and obviously these young boys like to wear these big ass pants, and when they wear these pants, they gotta hold it up with one hand, and the other hand is free fall running. So it's impossible for him to hold his pants up and have a blicky at the same time, or else it'll be obvious that it's out and he has it. Everybody would see it, because when you're running, your arms are moving side to side, and they're in open space welling. So that right there told me, as an observer of this case, that okay, I know this. This is why it's important to have black people on the jury, because I understand these kids wear these big ass pants. You cannot run and have something in your hand and also hold up your pants at the same time, and then you're running away. You get a clear shot in the back. If he was pointing a blicky at you, and this shot took place in a split second of Andy telling Mr. Chow that he has a gun and he's pointing at me, then more so anything, he would have shot him in the side of his torso or somewhere towards the front, because he had to be facing front in order to be pointing a blicky to Andy Cho. Like, this is common sense. Why is it so complicated? Why are black, brown, Asian, Mexican, and all these other people on the jury just pretending like this is not common sense?
You saw a shoot.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Explain that a little bit more.
Before he hit Springtree Road, his shoe had fell off.
I'd like to show slide 21 of State's Exhibit number 4.
Wait, so you believe the son is the one who shot the blicky and the father took the rap for it? I mean, that's a theory, but you know, the trial is over and there's multiple witnesses that came forward and they say that they see Mr. Chow holding a blicky and standing over him and giving him CPR. And that's another thing. Like, Jessica, I kind of want to lean towards what you're saying too, because if your son is running, chasing behind him and you're behind your son, how did you shoot him? And both of them are in motion without at least grazing your own son. And it's one shot, one kill and done. That's interesting. That's why I believe the son was motivated to go and testify, because the father didn't do it. He did it. And that would be different because, see, when it comes to stand your ground laws, specifically in the state of South Carolina, somebody could, in fact, use lethal force if they believe someone else is in danger. Now, if, let's say, Andy, the son, would have shot him, it'll be completely different, a different story, because how did you shoot him in the back and he's pointing a blicky at you and you shot him? So by blaming it on the dad and painting it that way, it gave them the element of time, rather it's a couple of milliseconds. It also gave them the element of, hey, I needed to protect my son. Even if my son was lying, saying that this person pointed a blicky at them, I had a reason to believe that he actually pointed it at him simply because he's my son. I need to protect him and I trust my son's word. Andy's not the one being accused of a crime. That would be a completely different story. So I don't know if double jeopardy would apply if they actually go and apprehend him, but that's the way self-defense works. It's completely fucked up. So in theory, you can set somebody up and have them unalive. Like, how many bitches sit there and set dudes up and then holler grape and somebody could unalive them, and that been the part of the plan the whole time. That's how Ronnie Doe got away with unaliving Geronimo in California on Stand Your Ground with Krishan Rock. And they say she's the one who blinked Geronimo rather than Ronnie. And it made it look like Ronnie, unalived Geronimo to protect Krishan instead of her doing it. Because if she was the one locked up, the case would have went completely different. Same thing in this situation. If Andy actually shot him and was locked up standing, then he didn't shoot Cyrus to defend or protect anyone. He would have shot him to defend and protect himself. And then the facts would have been scrutinized a bit different. How did you shoot him in the back? When we have camera footage saying he's running away, we have other witnesses saying they didn't see a blicky and he got shot in the back as if he's running away, getting away, and you shot him in the back because you couldn't catch up to him, Andy. So I'm starting to believe what Jessica said. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
So, based on slide 21 of State's Exhibit number 4, did you see a shoot?
Yes.
Okay. And is that a fair and accurate representation of what you viewed as you and your family were in that car pulling into the gas station?
Yes.
Can you describe about, although it doesn't seem to be in the video, where you all would have been positioned, where your car would have been, so you could see those things?
Hey, what's up, She-Pakes?
This car is kind of in the way, but we were at the corner at the end of this parking lot area. That makes sense.
And what was Rick Chow doing at that point, the defendant Rick Chow?
It's running behind his son.
And the son, meaning Andy Chow?
Yes.
We show State's slide 27, I apologize, from State's Exhibit number 4.
I'm actually interested to hear a witness testify and say that they actually heard and saw the shot instead of focusing on what Cyrus was doing and whether or not he was pointing a gun. The defense or the prosecutors failed there. They should have more so focused on Did you see the gunshot? Did you see it? Who did you actually see Mr. Chow shoot it? Or could it have been Andy? That's still not clear with these witnesses. And so far we've seen 3 witnesses testify for the prosecutor and make it appear that Cyrus wasn't pointing a blicky at them, but nobody's focused on Mr. Chow's behavior or who actually shot the shot. They're corroborating and going along with what the police reports say, which is exactly what Andy and Mr. Chow stated to the police. They're building off of that instead of going back to figure out if these depositions and shit that was taken were actually fabricated. They're building upon this narrative. And I honestly feel like even the state attorney's office at this point in time could know that this case is botched and could know that we're going to go in this direction, because if we go in this direction, it creates reasonable doubt. A real attorney would look at, hey, we got Andy, who is Mr. Chow's family member. He's going to testify and say that he feared for his life to create a reasonable doubt. Why don't we try this theory as well to cover our traces? Because if he's testified and said that, why don't we try to pin the gun on him and pin the shot on him? Did they do a GSR kit on the weapon that was used to shoot Cyrus to see whose fingerprints was on it, to see if Mr. Chow and Andy's fingerprints was on it? These are important questions that should be asked and answered. And the whole time, I feel like the state could be playing in their face. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. I just saw Mr. Chow, and I'm gonna slow it down here because it looked like Mr. Chow got ready to pull something out of his pants, and I don't know if they focused on it during the trial, but to me, that's just enough to establish who actually shot. Okay, there's his son running. There's Mr. Chow. Mr. Chow looked like he has it on his hip, right? Look. Okay, that black holster on his hip, I think that's the weapon or a pair of keys or something. It definitely is something. And then who's in this white car right here? The person in the white car would be the direct witness that actually seen what was happening. These other people, bystanders, they don't have a clear view. That black car that just zoomed past, that car would be able to tell a different story, because everybody from this gas station angle is looking at the chaseaway, and the black car that just rolled past, they will be running towards them so they can clearly tell what happened from a different perspective. So I wonder if they was actually summoned into the court, or more likely volunteered to come and testify in this case. I don't know, man. I personally think that they did a sloppy job with this case because they don't really want to protect black people. You know, the system don't protect us. We don't protect each other. We have no protection across the board.
See Mr. Chow step out. He had his arms up. And then we see Cyrus fall again to the ground. He kind of like crawled, basically, to the place where he passed.
And I'm going to go back through that with you slowly. I want to show you something real quick before we go to this next portion. I'm going to show you states.
And I'm just looking at it. To me, it's kind of hard to say that Andy took the shot. You see that holster on Mr. Chow? I think that's where the blicky is. And Andy looked like he was trying to catch his cap. His hands was up on the cap. So you see, Andy is trying to protect his cap, and the other hand is free and moving. I don't know if he has anything in his hands, but it did look like Andy has something black in his hand. All right, let me slow this down because, like, I could have did a better job at this case than these motherfuckers. All right, so Andy is running. There's something in his hand that's small and black. I don't know if that's just a shadow coming from the palm of his hand or what. So let me see. Let me slow it down a little bit more. See, this is the type of shit they were supposed to be doing in court. Slow the footage down. Pause it right here. Let's replay it again. I'd have been like the prosecutors when they was prosecuting Diddy ass. Okay, no, that's Andy's watch. So that's not a blicky. And his hand is on his head. And then he actually took his hand. He actually took his hat off of his head. And then it will go to show, since he took his hat off of his head, is he right-handed or is he left-handed? And if Andy is right-handed, there's no possibility that he could have fired that firearm. So I'm going to look at the cross-examination of Andy as well. And there's a holster. That's either a phone holster or a gun holster on the side of Mr. Chow. So, all right, just dealing with facts, because this case, there was no justice done in this case. I'm sorry.
Look familiar to you?
Yes,
Whose vehicle is that?
that's my mother's.
All right. And you were inside of that vehicle?
Yes, I am.
Tell us what you saw.
So Cyrus was running out, his shoe came off. He was pumping his arms and holding his pants with the other arm. He crossed the street and he tripped over the curb. At that time, he got back up. I see Mr. Chow step out. He had his arms up. And then we see Cyrus fall again to the ground. He kind of like crawled, basically, to the place where he passed. We stopped right where you see us.
Yeah, it's okay. So Mr. Chow has the blinky right here. It's clear that he has it. You see, it's right there on his holster. So we've determined that's not a cell phone holster. That is definitely a gun holster. Right there on him, he has it. And sir, I just feel like you don't have a duty to retreat, but a duty to retreat means that you would have to be in imminent danger. You can't run towards a dangerous situation and say that you're the victim. You ran towards it. You could have stayed inside of your store. If they was inside of the store and he had a blicky and he pulled it out and then he got popped and unalive, I'd be the first one to say, hey man, I know it's a 14-year-old child, but guess what? That's clear cut as day. But the fact that y'all chasing behind this dude, what did you expect to do? Did you expect to get your stolen merchandise? Was it worth it? And then on top of that, he didn't even steal anything. You put yourself in this dangerous situation. You ran off of your property. Okay? You have a right to be anywhere that you want, but you cannot put yourself in intimate danger when the person you're claiming that put you in intimate danger was running away, was getting away. And instead of retreating, you didn't even have to do that. There was no reason to retreat. You put yourself in this situation. I don't understand how he got away with this. I really don't. Especially with black people on the jury. At this point in time, are they really good? Should we give a fuck about black people being on the jury? I mean, Carmelo Anthony ain't got no black people on the jury. And with this particular situation, maybe that's a good thing, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's going to start a civil war. Who knows?
They run across. Cyrus trips over the curb. He gets back up. We see Mr. Chow go and step out, put his arms up. And Cyrus trips again and kind of gets back up. But it's like a crawl to where he passed away.
What, if anything, did you see in Cyrus Carmack-Belton's hands when he ran past you?
Nothing. So when he was in the parking lot, running out the parking lot, he had his book bag right here. When he tripped the first time, he didn't have his book bag anymore. When he was in the parking lot running, he was pumping his arms. It was visible like he was running.
And from your vantage point, could you see if there was anything in his hands?
There wasn't anything in his hands.
I'm going to show you what's been marked in State's Exhibit number 20. Can I hand that to you?
Yes, sir.
Does that vantage point look familiar to you?
Yes.
Is that where you observed all of the goings on Spring Tree Road?
Yes.
On May 28, 2023?
Yes.
Is that where you just testified you saw Rick Chow, the defendant in this case, and his son Andy, chasing after Cyrus?
Yes.
Is that where you saw that shoe fly off?
Yes.
Is that where you saw Cyrus fall and the backpack fell?
Yes.
Is that where you saw after he tripped, he being Cyrus tripped over that curb, Rick do some kind of motion with his hands?
Yes.
No, I'm going to object to the leading. Come on. Thank you.
What did you see him do with his hands at that point in time? Him meaning the defendant, Rick Chow.
Okay. So after Cyrus tripped, he had his hands like this. If I can.
We move this down. Can the witness step down there? Come on down, please. step in front of you. Thank you. All right, please continue.
Okay, if the jury is my vantage point this way,
Okay. And, excuse me, so the defendant child is right here, so where was Cyrus positioned?
Cyrus was in front of him.
Okay.
With his turn, we all facing the same
Okay.
way.
You turn me in the direction of where Cyrus would have been facing.
Yeah, maybe a little lower because he had tripped and he was coming back up. Yeah.
More like that?
Yes, sir.
Or tell
Well,
me.
you can lead with words and you can lead with actions, and I object to either way.
Your Honor, she said lower, and I got lower. So if I'm getting lower, more like this or more like this?
More like that.
All right. And so and is that when you tell us what you saw when you saw him lower in the position that I was just in?
He tripped and he's coming back up.
All right, so I'm positioning myself again. Somewhere in here.
Yes, he was on his way back up. Mr. Chow was already like this.
Did you see Cyrus Carmack-Belton turn around at any point?
No,
Did you see him point anything at Rick Chow or Andy Chow at any point?
no.
Did you hear anything?
There was a lot going on. My mom was in the car,
You
and
can have a seat.
my mom was in the car and a little hysterical.
Okay, here's another witness.
Take this court.
Yes, Ms. Lee.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, how you doing?
I'm good. Would you mind just telling us where you're from?
I'm born and raised here in Columbia. I currently live now in Michigan,
What took you to Michigan?
job-wise.
Where do you work?
I work for the Department of Veteran Affairs.
When did you move to Michigan?
I moved to Michigan 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Where did you live before that? Here?
I lived here.
Where at the house?
I live in an apartment complex, Brookside Crossing on Park Lane.
Okay, so pretty close to where all this happened.
Yes, sir.
And so were you living there on May 28th of 2023?
Yes.
Okay. Could you walk us through what you were doing that day?
That day I had family from Michigan in town, and we were on our way going out to eat when we saw the incident occur.
Who was with you?
My aunt from Michigan.
Anybody else?
No, just me and her.
Were you guys driving together separately?
We were driving together. She was driving.
She was driving. Okay. What kind of car were you in?
We were in, it's a Cadillac SUV, one of those new models. It was her vehicle.
Do you remember if your windows were up or down?
They were half cracked.
And were you pulling out of, like, where were you pulling out of? What subdivision or neighborhood?
We were pulling out of Brookside Crossing, leaving out, trying to make a right.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to show you what's already in evidence as states 15. Now, Ms. Broadwater, I am unfortunately lacking in the height department, so even with this great piece of modern technology, I may not be able to point exactly to where I'm indicating, but if you need me to specify, I will let you know. Or you let me know. So could you tell us roughly where your neighborhood was?
The neighborhood is right there. That's considered, yes, that's considered Brookside Crossing.
Okay. And were you pulling out of this area?
Yes, we were pulling out, making a right.
Okay, so you're coming this way?
Yes,
All right, and then this is the gas station to start?
correct.
Okay, so whenever you were pulling out this way, did anything draw your attention to the right?
No, we were just pulling out. When I turned my head to the right, me and my aunt, that's when we saw the incident occur.
Okay. Stephanie, can we do 26? I'm going to show you what's also in evidence. It states 26. So this is, with what direction is this? Is this towards where you're coming out of or away?
This is toward, so as you come, this would be my right, so it's coming out up there where the tree is at.
Okay, so you would have been down over here, far into the photo, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Do 27, Stephanie. Is this the same rough?
Correct. Where that truck is at, that's where we were coming out.
Okay, perfect. And can you show me? What direction is this pointing on Spring?
So with the car being this way, it will be to my right.
Okay, so this would be
This would
roughly
be-
where you were coming out of?
I was on the passenger side, so that's to my right.
Okay, perfect. And you said you were on the passenger side?
Yes.
So whenever you were coming out, you said were you just looking for cars, looking if anything was coming so you could pull out?
Yes, sir.
And whenever you looked to the right, what did you see?
When we looked to the right, I seen a young man running. I heard a pop sound, and my aunt, we looked, we said, "What is that?" We saw the young man go down to the ground, and we saw the older man had a gun in his hand, pointed in a gun stance.
All right, let's walk through that just a bit slower. Over here, okay? So you said you saw a young man running. Do you remember what he was wearing at all?
Yes, he was wearing a red hoodie, black basketball shorts, white long socks.
Do you know how close everybody was? Were they pretty close, pretty far away to each other?
They were pretty close.
Pretty close, okay. So whenever you looked over there, did you see the young man carrying anything?
No.
Okay. You said you heard a pop. Did you recognize what that sound was?
Not at first until I seen him hit the ground.
Okay. And when you saw Cyrus hit the ground, what did you see anybody else doing at that time?
First, me and my aunt, we were just staring. We saw the older guy had his gun pointed still, and I believe his son was running behind him. He came to a stop as well.
You said the guy was holding a gun. Do you know who that guy was?
The store owner of the Shell gas station.
Okay. The man sitting over that table?
Yes.
Compared to Cyrus, how big were Mr. Chow and his son? Were they bigger, smaller, same?
Mr. Chow, he's pretty small, and he kind of got a little weight on him.
Okay. So after you realized that a shot had happened, what did you guys do?
We stopped. My aunt said, Jazz, he just shot that boy. You need to call the police. We're both about to call them. So we both put on our cell phones. We called. My aunt said, I just want to make sure we're seeing what we see. So we drove out real slow, and we still see Cyrus on the ground. She trying to push himself up like how somebody's doing push-ups, but his shit really bad, and he propped back down on the ground. He started banging on the ground like in pain.
So at that point, were you still sitting at this intersection we have right up here, or were you moving?
We were moving real slow because we wanted to make sure we saw everything, and that's when I got on the phone with 911 and explained to them like, hey, we just saw the gas station owner shoot a young boy. And then my aunt, she said we need to get out of here. So we drove up to an empty parking lot near where the old Columbia Mall is at. And 911 had me on hold for a long time, so we hung up and we called again.
Okay. Whenever you were driving by, did you see Mr. Chow's son doing anything?
He was standing with his hands on his hips like he was trying to catch his breath.
Okay. Now you said you drove past this incident location and you parked somewhere, a mall, you said?
Yes, so it's further up the street.
Okay.
So once we drove out, we went further up, passing the gas station, making our right, and going to an empty parking lot.
Okay. And when you parked there, did you call 911 again?
Yes, because
So far we've heard 6 different black people in the community testify that this boy was unarmed and shot in his back. When it comes to self-defense, you do not have a duty to retreat. But that duty does not extend to you chasing and putting yourself in a harmful situation. I would even go as far as comparing this situation with them chasing behind this kid, not knowing what he's capable of, to Chud the Builder antagonizing people looking for a reaction. The only difference is you're trying to minimize your fault in the situation and what you could have done different. Beyond a reasonable doubt means that even though you don't have a duty to retreat, what could you have done different to not put yourself in that situation, to not even have to retreat? And I personally would have fought tooth and nail on that technicality. Beyond a reasonable doubt means that you're cornered. You don't have to retreat. Even though you don't have to retreat, you don't have to put yourself in a situation where you can say, oh, he did this, so I just had to do this. That's almost like you set him up. You can't set people up and play the victim. So here's Andy Chow, the culprit, the main reason why all of this happened, the son. And let's see what he has to say. And I'm going to catch him in every single lie. They say he was in a code switch in 1 second. He wanted to be an Asian boy. Then the next second, he wanted to be black. And mind you, what this case says is no matter how many black people, no matter how big the black population is in that part of South Carolina, that particular county, I think it has like 50% black people, which is the majority within one county in South Carolina. And then you got an Asian, 2 people, Mr. Chow and his son, and the Asian population is probably what, 5% in that county? And y'all gonna believe somebody that make up 5% over all of these black people? That should show you how little the system actually value black lives and black voices.
Andy Chow.
Now, what you spell your last name, please?
Chow.
Andy, how are you doing?
Okay.
I know you're a little nervous because we're going to go over some rules, okay? First, you need to speak loudly and clearly enough. I know you're soft-spoken, but I need you to speak loudly and clearly enough so that young lady next to you can take down every word that's the court report. You understand?
Yes, sir.
She cannot take down head nods and shakes and things of that nature, so make sure you speak yes, no, and so on. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
I don't anticipate it knowing your demeanor, but we cannot argue with one another. So if you will give me a chance to ask my question, I will give you a chance to answer. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
And if you do not understand a question that is being asked of you from anyone, you have the right to ask for it to be said again. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
And then in your testimony, you cannot testify to what other people think or in their minds or anything of that nature. You can testify about your memory and what you know. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
You understand all of those rules?
Yes, sir.
So understanding all that, Andy, first we need to figure out who Andy Chow is. So Andy, tell me a little bit about yourself today. How old are you?
I am 23.
Where are you from?
Here, Columbia, South Carolina.
Born?
I was born in Greenville,
What year?
2002.
Who are your parents?
Alice and Rick Chow.
Okay, and Alice Chow is that young lady on the end right there with the short hair, short black hair?
Yes, sir.
And who is Rick Chow? Is that him right there?
Yes, sir.
What is his real name? Like, you keep saying Rick. I don't think Rick's his real name, is it?
It is Chike Chow.
Chike?
Chike Chow.
You have any brothers or sisters?
I have an older brother,
And what's his name?
Kenneth Chow.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Hammond
Hammond High School?
Hammond School.
Oh, Hammond School. I don't know what it's called. It's here in Columbia.
Yes, sir.
And when did you graduate from Hammond?
2021.
Play any sports or do anything in Hammond?
I was a swimmer.
Swimmer? What did you swim? What was your event?
I was a breaststroker and a freestyler.
Were they any good?
I was okay.
You won a state championship.
Yes, sir.
So you were pretty good swimmer in high school.
Yes.
Did you go to college?
I went to the University of South Carolina.
And when did you graduate from USC?
2025.
And degree? What do you have a degree in, or what did you graduate with?
Computer Information Systems.
And
Yeah,
what
hacker.
about computers? Who'd you get that from?
My dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
was-
fucking hacker.
He was a professor, right, of computers?
Yes.
What do you do now? Do you work?
Chinese spy.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm at Blue Cross Blue Shield.
How long have you been there?
3 days.
Okay, so you just started working. And
He
then,
don't work there no more. He work at Blue Cross Blue Shield. We know where he work at. We know the location. Niggas is gonna be staked out, bro. Go back to that gas station and wherever you belong. Matter of fact, y'all can move out of South Carolina.
from your demeanor, you're this is how you are. You're very just kind of quiet guy.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I want to make sure that we, understand all the questions we're asking. I know you're quiet, but I need you to speak loud enough. So I want you to speak loud enough so this person at the back of the jury panel can hear everything you're saying. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Is that fair? And Andy,
He's totally playing a role. Oh, I'm so quiet and I'm so timid and I'm so innocent. And they just bought into that shit. Black kids and black people don't get the right to play timid and shit like that. Like, this is fucked up, bro.
tell me about your
He's
parents
manipulative.
in a business. Did they own a business?
Yes, sir.
What business did they own?
A gas station.
Do you know where it was located?
7441 Park Lane Road.
What type of, just a convenience store? Was it just gas? Did it have other stuff? What did this store have?
It was gas station and convenience store.
And what about you? Did you work there?
I came in on the weekends and during school breaks.
Okay. And you worked for your family?
Yes, sir.
Did you get paid?
No.
We'll discuss that later. But you did not get paid working for your family, it sounds like. We'll
Yes.
talk to Alex and Rick about that at a later point in time. Now I want to take you to a more serious event. I want to talk about what we're here for. Okay?
Yes,
you remember
sir.
the date? You remember when it happened?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not going to interrupt you. I want you to tell the jury what happened that day from your point of view. Can you just tell them what happened?
Okay. So I watched a young man come in to the store, and I was stocking things onto the shelf, and so I went to the register, and I hear my mom ask him to leave his backpack at the front of the store, and so he does, and he starts to go around the store, and then I see he goes to the water cooler, and that's when I think he pockets a water. And so he comes to the front, starts coming to the front, and I ask him if there's anything in his pocket, and he says no. My mom, she also asks him, and then I see he turns to both of us, and he tries to show there's nothing in his pocket, but he keeps his hands in the pocket and still like trying to hide something. And so after that, he turns around, he grabs his backpack and walks out the door. And while he's going out the door, and both hands are out of the pocket now, I see something heavy just droop down in his hoodie pocket. And so that's when I come around the counter and I call out to him, hey, and he doesn't turn around, he just keeps going. And so I walk to the door, I walk out the door, and I see he turns the corner of the store. And so I walk over to the corner, and then I hear my dad come up behind me, and he calls out hey to him, and he turns around and immediately turns back around and starts to sprint away. And that's when I start to run. And before he leaves the parking lot, I see he throws something out to the right, and so I slow down. I slow down for like a second, and I glance back, and I don't see what he threw. I only see trash and litter. So I immediately turn back around and continue following him. And so I see he crosses the street, and I go to cross the street, and then I see he trips and falls flat on the grass. And so I was running full speed, so I end up catching up to him. And when I catch up to him, I see something is in his hand. I'm not sure what it is yet. But as he starts to get up, I see that it's a gun, and he points it at me. So I immediately put my hands up. I start to back away from him quickly, and then I yell, "He has a gun!" And I turn to my dad, who's coming up behind us, and I yell at him again, "He has a gun!" And I'm still backing up, and I watch my dad, and I watch him yell, drop it," and he yells no, and then pulls his gun and fires one shot. And so
This doesn't sound right. Like, this happened like in a couple of like you're acting like, oh, okay, he threw something and I'm looking over there, and then I stop and then I start back, and and then he trips, and he trips and he's still facing the other way, and I see a gun and I say drop it. He says no, and then my dad shoot him. What the fuck? Like, are people in South Carolina fucking incompetent? Who would believe this shit? Your story is fabricated, just as calculated as you fucking working on computers to hack into people's shit, dude. Like, this is not believable. And I believe people the first time. I don't sit there and wait for cross-examination and redirect, and for you to make up and clarify this shit. This is why motherfuckers didn't believe Megan Thee Stallion. You don't need a redirect or anything like that, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is total BS. So the community in South Carolina is in an uproar. Well, y'all need to check them jurors first and foremost. Okay, this doesn't sound right. Who would believe this? And this is the witness that led y'all to have reasonable doubt that Mr. Chow didn't just do this man in because he felt like it. This is the witness that needed protection. This whole fucking fabricated story, yo. You can't show your fucking face. You should have asked them not to show your motherfucking face on these cameras, boy.
As After the shot, I turn and I look at him, and I see he takes 1 or 2 steps, drops his gun in front of him, and then ducks to the ground and stays on the ground. And so I start to go to him slowly, and I see my dad coming on my left side. And when we get to him, my dad, he picks up young man's gun and he tosses it to the side, further away. And then I checked to see if he got hit by the shot, because I thought my dad actually missed. And so I check it and I see there's a bullet hole in the hoodie. And then I pull up his hoodie and I see there's a wound in the back right, on his back right side of his back. And then my dad immediately grabs his hoodie and applies.
And the only reason my dad, we probably had to go. We definitely went inside of his person and brought the gun out to paint the story. So my dad's fingerprints is on the gun, and people are testifying saying that they see me rough. Like, bro, you roughed that dude up. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. And I don't know why the witnesses were so focused on Mr. Chow, and I guess it's because of the way it was questioned. But, you know, if they was focused on where Andy was standing and what was happening with him, then the prosecutor the prosecutor would have more information about Andy's position and what people seeing him doing in order to catch him in these contradictions. Nobody asked them, so what did you see Mr. Chow's son doing beyond the scope of him running behind him? When he was shot, where was he standing? Was he on the right side? Was he on the left side? You know, and he's testifying, I was on, you know, I see my dad on the left, and a witness could have been like, no, he was on the right. That would make him uncredible, unbelievable. And if they was able to remove credibility from him, and him being the only person to establish a reasonable doubt, then this case would have been a slam dunk for the prosecution. So I do feel like the prosecution might actually was working with the defense attorneys to throw this whole fucking case, is what it sounds like. Because if ain't no fucking way in hell somebody's going to be on trial for unaliving somebody on account of another person. And I'm not going to question the motives, the actions, the intentions, or the integrity of that particular individual who a crime has been committed on behalf of. Nobody questioned him through other witness testimony, through deposition. What are we talking about here? Like, this dude is just fucking lying, bro.
Pressure to the wound.
And it was strategic to not question the witnesses to discredit this individual. They threw this case, bro.
And then starts to call the police. And then I look back down at him and he's unresponsive. So we flip him over onto his back, and my dad immediately starts chest compressions. And he yells to me to call 911. And so I start to dial 911. And I see 3 women coming down from the parking lot. And I continue to talk to 911. And I see one of the ladies, she's hurrying over, she's taking her hoodie off. And she says she's a EMT. And she says she's going to tie a tourniquet. And she comes over and takes over CPR. And so I see my dad and her working together, and then I continue to talk to 911, and then I start to hear the sirens coming closer. And
give me 1 second. I need to, before I hear another word from him, I need to listen to this 911 call, and they should have released that. Because I believe people the first time when they say some shit. And the police and prosecutors and shit, they supposed to follow the same order, okay? Mr. Chow 911 call. How the defense turned this around. Okay, where's the 911 call? The 911 call. Can we get it? Can we get just the 911 call? That shit should have been released years ago. I see the body camera footage, but where is The 911 call. Andy Chow 911 call. Where's his 911 call? Like, they could have used the 911 call in his initial statement to go against him. And I see this from 4 days ago, that he never told the police that Cyrus aimed any gun at him. This is important. He never told the police that. Your dad is sitting in jail. Y'all done learned the law. He's fighting for his freedom, and now y'all done came up with some type of bullshit ass story to tell the jury to manipulate the actual facts.
The boy, the 14-year-old, 114-pound boy, hits the ground so hard, and you're hovering over it. He hits so hard that light has come off with his gun. Why not just run back to the Shell station at that point and say, this is enough? Why didn't you and your dad do that then?
Everything was happening fast.
Yeah.
So I caught up to him, and I see the gun.
Okay.
And then it's pointed at me.
Who did you tell that day that he pointed a gun at you?
I did not say the exact words, no, sir.
You never
said point. You never said aim. You said he pulled a gun. I saw a gun.
Yes, sir. I said those things.
English is your first language, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did anybody stop you from using those words that day?
No, sir. They also did not ask me.
They also did not ask you. What the fuck do you mean, bro? Like, this guy is a master manipulator. They didn't know, but they also did not ask me that. Like, are you fucking crazy? This dude is a fucking terrorist. He's a detriment to society with the way he fucking lie, bro.
I go out to check, to watch to see if the first responders come to
I'm calling ICE on him.
us or return into the parking lot of the gas station. And they end up turning into the gas station. So I go and run to the parking lot. I point all the first responders to the scene. And after most of them made it there, I make my way back to the scene. And I wait to talk to the police.
Did you talk to the police?
Yes, sir.
And did you tell them what you just told us, jury?
Yes, sir.
I want to go backwards through your story and talk about it a little bit and get some details, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
It has been suggested that you didn't tell anyone you saw a gun pointed at your father, or pointed at you, I'm sorry, not your father, a gun pointed at you. Did you tell anyone on scene that a gun was pointed at you?
I did not say the exact words. It was pointed at me.
What did you say?
I said that he had pulled a gun on me.
And you called 911?
Yes, sir.
Talked to officers?
Yes, sir.
After the young man was shot, did you and your father have time to huddle up, sit down, and talk about anything that happened?
No, sir.
You called, and who told you to call 911?
My dad.
Immediately.
Yes, sir.
And the 911 call, that was the first time you had mentioned about the gun? Is that what you remember?
Yes, sir.
You know, at this point in time, we'd like to play Mr. Chow's 911.
Yeah, he's definitely a psychopath. And you can see it. They could give Jeffrey Dahmer vibes.
One moment. And you have listened to the 911 call, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you'll be able to recognize your voice on the 911 call?
Yes, sir.
And you don't believe the 911 call has been altered or anything of that nature?
No, sir.
At this point in time, we would enter Mr. Child's 911 call, Andy Child's 911 call, and I think this would be defense of three. Two.
Hey, Judge.
Here, Your Honor. Be admitted without objection as defense 2.
Can we play the 911 call, please? And just hold and have to pause.
May 28, 2023, 20:06 and 25 seconds.
911, where's your emergency? 911. 911.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's your call, please?
I need dispatch down on Springtree Road.
Andy, that person's voice, is that your voice on the 911 call?
Yes, sir.
And this is the call you were just testifying about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you go ahead and play?
Okay, what's the emergency?
Gunfire. Gunshot.
You heard gunfire?
Yes, ma'am.
How many shots did you hear? Was anyone?
There's a voice in the background yelling, call 911. Whose voice is that you hear?
This is my dad's.
Just one.
Okay, who was shot? Talk to me, hello?
He's,
Sir,
we,
who was shot?
kid right here.
Are you with the person?
He said he's looking down and blinking heavy. He knows he's lied. He knows, damn, like he's very calculated. He's thinking about what they're going to ask him next in his response to justify everything. To like, this dude is definitely a fucking nutcase. His whole demeanor changed. And he's crazy enough, if they ask him why is he changing and acting like that, oh, because I'm terrified, I had to go back. That nigga's a fucking liar, bro. This nigga's dangerous as fuck.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you with you?
He had a weapon.
So, okay, the person you're with, who shot him?
My dad.
Your dad shot him?
Did I hear that correctly, that you said he had a weapon and my dad shot him?
Yes, sir.
And that's you to the 911 call?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just okay.
We need an ambulance back.
Are you at the Shell gas station?
Yes, ma'am. I heard like a couple feet away.
Okay, don't hang up. Whatever you do not hang up with me, okay? Stay on the line.
And you're still on the phone with 911 at this time?
Yes, sir.
And there's other conversations, other people calling 911, and your father saying call 911. All of this is happening, but you're still on the phone.
Yes, sir.
And this is not giving you an opportunity to talk to your father. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your dad shot him?
Andy Chow.
Okay, pause, please. And this is, you're still on the phone with 911. You have not hung up the phone.
Yes, sir.
And no one is telling you what to say?
No, sir.
Not during this time. No one is telling you what to say or what to do or anything of that nature?
No, sir.
Someone doing CPR?
Yes, ma'am. She's like,
Where's the person that had the gun? Where's your father?
he's trying to
Your father's trying to help?
What did you just say to the 911 operator?
That my dad was trying to help.
And this is while you're on the phone with 911 while everything is happening?
Yes, sir.
No one told you what to say?
No, sir.
Why did your father shoot him?
Okay, that is the 911 operator asking me a very direct question. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
And you're still watching everything that's happening?
Yes, sir.
Play for me.
So he was feeling something. I think, I'm not sure because we're over here. But and then him.
Your father works in your father works in a gas station?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he pulled out a gun, so that's when my dad pulled his.
Okay, pause. What did you say right there?
So I say that he had pulled a pistol on us, and then I say he pulled a gun on us, and that's when my dad pulled his.
Okay, so you say two different statements is going over there. You say he pulled a pistol on us, and he pulled a gun on us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Continue, please.
You said your name Andy?
Yes, sir. Andy Chow. A-N-D-Y.
Okay, help this on the west part.
All right.
Are they still on CPR?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we can disconnect, okay?
All right. Thank you.
So what we just heard was you calling 911.
Yes, sir.
And again, who did you say told you to call 911?
My dad.
And it was immediately afterwards?
Yes, sir.
And we heard your dad on the 911 call?
Yes, sir.
After you got off the 911 call, what happened next?
I can't remember if I was already at the parking lot, but I made it to the parking lot. I point the first responders down, and then I made my way back to the scene, and I wait there till the police talk to me.
It wasn't that long after the 911 call, or was it? Or do you remember?
I don't remember.
During that time while you were waiting for law enforcement, did you and your father have time to talk, plan a story, or anything of that nature?
No, sir.
And then an officer talked to you. You remember the first officer who talked to you?
Yes.
Do you remember his name by any chance?
Officer English?
Officer English, you think that was the first one to talk to you?
Yes, sir.
And at this point in time, did you ask for a lawyer?
No, sir.
Did you say, I don't want to talk?
No, sir.
Did you say, get away from me? Anything like that?
No, sir.
Did you have a full conversation with him when he asked you what happened?
Yes, sir.
An objection would be just foundation authentication. I think he can ask without statements in it. I don't believe he can introduce the with this particular witness.
To suggest a claim of fabrication, Your Honor, one, and this officer's
Which body cam was it again?
This would be English's body cam, which is Andy's statement.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's English's body cam of his statement.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
And so you were familiar with having a conversation with English on scene?
Yes, sir.
You had a conversation with him without a lawyer or anybody else present?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I will offer this as defense 5, 3, defense 3. This has already been looked at, but this is the unmuted copy of what Mr. Chow would have said that day. If that makes sense. The state has already offered a muted copy because under the rules of what they were required, now we're just offering the unmuted copy.
Okay. It'd be admitted as states 3 without
Defense.
Sorry, defense 3 without objection. Sorry.
Can we go ahead and play that? All right, well, okay, pause, please. Who is that in the video?
That is me.
Okay, and this is the conversation you were talking about that you were having with the officer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we go ahead and play that, please?
So I was at the register and we were watching
Because I think my mom said he like.
Yeah, pause for me. One moment. One moment, Your Honor. Continue to play, please.
I caught up with him. Well, I caught up to him there. Right. I mean, and then he kept going. He tripped there. That's when I caught up to him again. And then we were about, it was like 2 pipes. Yeah. And I was like right on top of him. And I saw he pulled out a gun. Where's that weapon at now? It was right there. Next to that second tree. Where the other 2 people are.
Okay, where's your dad's weapon?
It might be on him right now.
Okay. Take it. Good stop. So you're telling the officer what happened at this point in time?
Yes, sir.
And you had mentioned pulling out a firearm right then and there.
Yes, sir.
And you did the little finger gesture.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you continue telling this officer what had happened on that scene?
He walked away from me.
And he walked away as you were telling him what happened.
Yes, sir.
And then you ended up talking to another officer.
Yes, sir.
Were you able to tell that other officer fully what happened? Or more?
Yes, sir.
You didn't tell this officer to walk away, did you?
No, sir.
You didn't tell him to go away.
No, sir.
Did he ask you any details about your statement whatsoever?
No, sir.
And there's one line in there where you say, I'm on top of him. Did he say, what did that mean?
No, sir.
What did that mean when you say, I'm on top of him? Did you actually physically get...
So I just want to address, Deanna said, I'm thinking whatever firearm they found belonged to the boy sitting on the stand right there. It's more likely that the father and son were carrying than a 14-year-old, and they planted it on him. So in this case, they actually brought up a photo of him with that same firearm that was found next to his body. He took the photo apparently the day before this happened. So, you know, them little jokers, they like to post up with them blickies and stuff. So that right there created a doubt that that was a possible scenario because the kid posted up with it.
Get on top of this young man?
No, sir.
So what did that mean when you say that?
I was about arm's length. I was close enough to be able to touch him, but I did not touch him at all.
He's lying. Earlier, you just said that after it happened, you took off his hoodie, you seen it, and you touched him. You just testified that you touched him. And now you're backtracking saying you did not touch him, which now brings me to this moment of where even if he had the firearm, you touched him and you pulled the firearm and probably threw it to the side or planted it in some way to fabricate evidence. You tampered with the scene and now you're backtracking on it. And you just said that you touched him 10 minutes ago in this same video. And now you didn't touch him. These are statements that make me believe everything else you're saying is a lie. And my whole thing is once you find somebody lying about one critical detail, especially if it's important, did you touch him or did you not? Okay, you touched him. All right, cool. Well, you know, you probably touched him, but you shouldn't have touched him because that's a crime scene and you know this. And now you didn't touch him? Like, how the fuck could these people in South Carolina believe this one lying-ass kid who is going to say and do anything to save his father, who's the breadwinner in the family, I suppose, opposed to a whole community of black men and women that went and did business with this Asian-owned gas station? Maybe we should just stop doing business with them. That's why I told Rihanna, like, you need to go ahead and start selling hair bundles so black people don't have to get it from the Asian people. Stop fucking up the crab legs, you know? We'll let you do some nails and shit like that, but stop it. All that other shit, we need to take our money back, our economic power that we continue to pour into the Asian-owned businesses and pour into our own businesses, because they don't do business with us. They won't even let us in their own industries, take over the hair industry and won't let us in it. Like, do business with your own people. Stop supporting them. Why the fuck is the government in the states are giving them the bodegas and the gas stations in our black neighborhoods where all of our money go?
And then you give, and I see you talk with your hands.
Yes, sir.
Did you have another conversation with Officer Carter as he got on the scene? Or another officer, you may not
Yes,
know his name.
another officer, yes.
And tell me what you told him.
I told him we thought he stole something. I thought he stole something, and so I chased him and followed him down to where the
And his
scene.
prosecutor's bad. He just said he touched the body and moved over in the sweater. That's in the transcripts, and he just lied to you. These are crucial details that he's contradicting in real time. Why didn't you call that out to show the jury? Because these people are ready to go home. They sleepy. They didn't heard this shit. They want bells and whistles. You're just letting this Asian kid just skate and glide all over these lies and shit he telling, bro.
And I say he pulled a gun out, and I gestured to the side, pointing to the side with the gun. And then I say I backed up with my hands up, and then I see my dad yell, or I say that he has a gun, and I see my dad yell no, or drop the gun, drop it.
You see your dad say no, and then you drop the gun, because you forgot that you lied and said that your dad said drop the gun, and you claimed that Cyrus said no, to continue to bolster these allegations that you was in reasonable fear and that your dad came there to save the day. Your dad probably beat the shit out of you and your mama. Or probably screwed you while your mama sat back and watched, nigga.
No, and then he pulls it and fires.
Now you told us all this to Officer Carter.
Yes, sir.
And I think you said you did some hand gestures. So one was the first hand gesture you did when you talked to Officer Carter?
I said he had pulled a gun out, and I gestured to the side, pointing.
I can't believe they're not catching his lies. I'm stopping the video, looking at other shit, giving commentary, and I hear the contradiction in his statements, and they're not catching him up at all. Like what's going on here? These are lazy, incompetent prosecutors who I feel like knew it and caught it just as quick as I did, but they're not really cross-examining him because they already have an idea of how this is going to go and how they want it to go. This is just a show to them, to put on a united front. Okay, yeah, we're going to use taxpayer dollars and this majority black people here, families back there grieving, but you know, let's not really do anything.
And so you did the gestures and he's pointing at you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then what'd you do next?
And then I put my hands up, and I say I'm backing up.
Okay, and you did this on the video?
Yes, sir.
And that's the video right next to when this whole thing happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nobody was telling you what to say?
No, sir.
What to do?
No, sir.
No lawyer?
No, sir.
No conversation with your father?
No, sir.
This is his way to say he isn't leading. I'm trying to not object too much, but there need to be direct questions.
Overruled.
Just go on, Emily.
And then I gesture. That's when my dad shot him. After that,
Andy, how did you feel when there was a gun pointed at you?
like terrified.
What did you think was going to happen?
I thought he was going to shoot me.
Who?
Young man.
Did you think you were going to die?
Yes.
So instead of questioning on his lies, he's helping him bolster his lies. How did you feel? Oh, I was terrified. Okay, cool. Yes. That's something. That's a win for the defense. I was terrified and I thought he was going to shoot me. Oh my gosh. But you ain't clocking him on these lies.
Why?
Because I saw the barrel just pointing straight at me.
And you actually
A real attorney prosecuting a case, they wouldn't even ask those questions. Those are questions that the defense asks to build their case. Why would you ask questions to open the door for him to sit up here and say how the fuck he fucking feels without even properly cross-examining him on his contradictions of him touching the body? Did he touch it? 1 minute you said Cyrus said no, and then you said your dad said no, and then you choke up, and it's like and I see your body language. We all see it.
described the barrel, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
How did you describe the barrel of the weapon that was pointed at you on that day?
I said it was a silver barrel and the rest of it was black.
Showing you what's been marked. Well, before you described the firearm, had you seen it again since it was pointed directly at you?
No, sir.
Had anyone showed it to you on scene?
No, sir.
Did you go up and look at it and examine it?
No, sir.
And your description was what was the barrel?
A silver barrel.
A silver barrel.
Yes, sir.
You ever had a gun pointed at you before?
No, sir.
Now, at this point in time, we offer Detectives Carter body-worn camera into evidence. If the state wants us to wait till Detective Carter, we would do it as identification only. At this point in time, but we offer.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, I'm sorry. I heard published. I'm sorry.
As we've watched your demeanor on the video. Yell it. How are you yelling it? He's got a gun. Or were you just saying it like you talk right now? He's got a gun.
No, sir.
How were you saying it?
I was yelling it.
Yell it. How are you yelling it?
He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
So if you're yelling, he's got a gun, he's got a gun, with your ugly, droopy, look like you get high all the time, boy. How come none of the witnesses heard this? How come the prosecutors did not? How can they didn't cross-examine you and then tell you we're gonna call you back so that they can lay a foundation for everything that you're saying and all the other witnesses that they're gonna call in? They're gonna ask them to verify. Hey, you was in your car. You passed this, right? How close were you? Did you hear any yelling, any commotions, anything? Oh, no, I didn't hear any yelling. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't even hear a gunshot. Was it a silencer? Okay. You didn't hear any yelling? You didn't hear anyone say, he got a gun, he got a gun. No, I didn't. So how close were you when this happened? I was pretty close. So you would say you would have been able to hear someone yelling, he's got a gun. Yes, I would have, absolutely. That's how you discredit him. Because this guy's a fucking liar. No question was asked of these witnesses other than, did you see Mr. Chow shoot him? I think just like they conceded that Cyrus had a blicky on him, they've all conceded that Mr. Chow shot him in the back. You don't need witnesses to testify to that because forensic evidence show that. The gunshot wounds show that. The autopsy show that. Medical examiners, experts can say he got shot in the back. What the fuck is the purpose of having these other witnesses come here to testify to something that we can actually concede actually happened? Then ask them nothing real, nothing to question or discredit the character of this particular witness, who is the key witness of all of this, beyond the scope of the defendant, because the defendant committed a crime. But the defendant committed a crime because of this individual. So I think he's more important than the defendant himself. Because the defendant gonna say and do anything on the stand to get off on a crime. And a son will say and do anything for their father to get them out. But you gotta catch a fucking liar in real time. These are lawyers that graduated law school, have been practicing law to the point to where they're now state attorneys. You don't know how to cross-examine witnesses to catch other witnesses in a lie? You should have did this shit in depositions before you even got the fucking trial. You should have did this shit at the preliminary hearing and printed out the transcripts from the preliminary hearing and brought it to trial to prove that he's a fucking liar. What the fuck kind of shit is this?
When you said it, were you scared?
Yes.
And who was around you when you were saying it?
My dad.
This guy, Mr. Chow.
Yes, sir.
Your father. Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And he knows you.
Yes, sir.
This is basic law.
Yes, sir.
Basic.
What do you believe would have happened had Mr. Chow not shot that gun that day?
What would you have believed if Mr. Chow had not shot him that day? Again, that's not a question for the prosecutor. The prosecutor there is to prove that a crime occurred and to debunk and disprove their theory or whatever defense that they're working with. You're helping them prove their defense. You're doing the defense's job. This is anti-black right here. This is racism. This is corruption in plain fucking sight. And I fear that the same thing is going to happen to Carmelo Anthony. I actually feel bad that I'm not there. Like, I need to see that. Can't nobody break this shit down like me and understand it like me. I feel bad that I'm not there. No cameras in the courtroom. No black people on the jury. I feel my heart breaks for that kid. Because they're finna do him the same way that they done did this black boy. Only thing, this one is dead. And that one right there is a young body that they gonna put in prison to work and enslave, 13th Amendment, for God knows how long. Oh yeah, we can get him out the streets and stuff. Yeah, he's young. He just turned 19. He can work like a slave. Like, oh, he's young. He's impressionable. The CEOs and stuff probably gonna grape him. The prisoners probably gonna grape him, leave him unprotected. Carmelo Anthony. So no matter if it's a black boy dead or in jail, that's the future, and that's the only thing that this system wants from us. And they don't value black people, even if they make up the majority of a county in a community. Not even the motherfucking black people on the trial fact. I bet them niggas feel good about laughing and kicking it with them white folks. They'd probably invited them to golf and manipulated them. Kind of how, you know how when Obama was becoming president and shit, my last year of high school, all these white kids, racist ass motherfucker. Oh, hi, oh my gosh, you're so, who are you voting for? Oh, don't vote for, oh, please don't vote for Obama. Please, I'm like, bitch, you never had a conversation with me. You never had a conversation with me. I'm at these parties and shit like that. You acting like you don't even like me to be there. Like I gotta get through you, and now you're trying to convince me of my voting decision, of my actual power that I have to make a substantial change, and you're coming to me acting like friendly and nice? I'm willing to bet you them niggas on that motherfucking trial of fact was manipulated by all them people. Oh, we're gonna give you access and we're going to let you come to this place and that place. Oh my gosh, I better go. He's already dead. I mean, Mr. Chow is Mr. Chow, and this one is, there's nothing we can do about it. Let's get Mr. Chow so I can go play golf and act like LeBron James and just totally cold switch on you niggas.
I would have died.
Did you actually see the barrel pointed at you?
Yes, sir.
And I want to go back and talk about the things that have happened in the store, because there's been a lot of comments on things that happened in the store that day, Andy. And the first question is going to be asked, you chased this kid out of the store, and you accused him of shoplifting, right? I mean, you accused him of shoplifting.
I did.
You didn't find any water?
I did not find it.
Why in the world did you think he shoplifted anything?
Because of what happened in the store.
But tell the jury again, because I mean, that's the whole question. Why did you think he had done something wrong?
So I see he's at the water cooler, and I believe he pocketed something. He had his back to me, so I couldn't see. And so when he was walking to the front, and I asked him if he had anything in his pocket, he kept his hands in his pocket, and I saw his fingers kind of pushing against the hoodie pocket to try to hide what was in there. And then when he goes out the door with his hands not in the pocket, I see something heavy just way down. And so in my mind, I believed he had stolen something.
Showing you a screenshot that has been entered from one of the videos presented by the state of South Carolina. Do you recognize it?
Yes, sir.
What are we looking at?
He's doing something with it. He's either putting down the backpack or picking it up. I think he's putting it down.
Your Honor, but you do recognize it?
Yes, sir.
You recognize it from the day that we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
And it's substantially similar to the videos, the security footage that you have seen?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this point in time, we'll move this in as Defense Exhibit 4.
Any objection? No. Photograph being
He's a liar. Cyrus, Mr. Chow. I'm actually not gonna question this photo of Cyrus having a blicky. They found Mr. Chow not guilty, but Mr. Chow photo with gun day before. I'm like I already see what the fuck happened here. Like this is bullshit. They had a picture. I'm trying to find it. Give me 1 second. They had a picture on the thumbnail where they testified about him having a gun.
Putting it down.
Try to find
Your Honor, but you do recognize it?
Yes, sir.
You recognize it from the day that we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
And it's substantially similar to the videos, the security footage that you have seen?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this point in time, we'll move this in as Defense Exhibit 4.
any objection? No. Photograph being admitted as Exhibit 5.
Yeah, I already see. Let me see. Mr. Chow, Cyrus, gun photo, day before. I need to find that video. Juries and Rick Chow. A day before.
Investigator, I want to give you your proper title. Could you tell me what you would like me to call?
Say it's an Instagram screenshot that they have. I would question the metadata on that.
Ty's fine.
Ty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to make sure I give you your proper title and your respect that you are due. You have been sitting.
And look, they use a nigga to get the fuck up here and testify. And they be telling lies, white lies, that is. Like my brother went to prison for something he didn't even do. The niggas that set my brother up and put a gun on my brother when he never had nothing to do with that was my classmates. And they was mad because I made it out. So they pinned it on my brother as a get back to me. And they had a black ass police officer who's known and grew up in the neighborhood and know everything about everybody, despite the fact that the whole police investigation said that it was a semi-automatic used in the commencement of a crime that was pinned on my brother. The crime was pinned on my brother, and then there was a gun. They didn't have no gun. They then found the revolver and used that and threw it in my brother's case. And then the detective, a black ass, crusty ass, no good ass nigga, that these white folks use to go up there, and despite the fact that a 33-page sheriff's police report stated that the weapon in my brother's case was a semi-automatic, they send a bullshit ass nigga up there to say that he confiscated a revolver and that's the gun that was used. No, a semi-automatic, you would have shell casing to match it with the bullet from the crime scenes or from the victim. They ain't do none of that. So they would tell these little lies that is actually huge and make a huge difference. I don't trust niggas in a fucking case. I don't trust black judges. Look at what the fuck happened to me. I'm gonna correct that bitch and I'm gonna go after her motherfucking legal license and her fucking tell that bitch to take off that road permanently. Teach these fucking niggas by playing with me. You working for these crackers up here trying to go against your own motherfucking people. So this guy, I'm pretty sure if I break it down and I can find him in some lies too. I want to check this metadata about Instagram that this cat posted on Instagram with this photo. How true is this?
Can you shrink that down, please? There was a question for some time about the light that was found on the scene that was attached to the firearm. Looking at the
I would have, he said this is supposed to be an Instagram photo. I would question the authenticity of it, because if this is an Instagram photo, why is there not a screenshot? And does this say screenshot shows? This is a photo that's cut out and cropped out. Like, I don't even, this could be fake. AI could create this photo, dead ass. Then on top of that, wasn't his hair a little bit different? Like, his hair is up right here, but in the video, his hair was a little bit laid and down, right? Just a day after. Like, black hair don't just lay down the next day if it's all crazy like this. And it's not like he got his hair freshly done.
Number one, is that one of the things that would aid us in discussing where that light came from?
It could.
It could, or it does?
No, I would be like, what the fuck? You questioning me about the light? That light could be a distraction from all the other fake ass editing in this photo. Objection. That's not even authenticated. You said it's from Instagram. What's the Instagram handle that he posted it on? All of this other shit. What's going on here? Like, you're supposed to have a screenshot of this from Instagram and then you can download it and blow it up to establish what's going on here. So we, the public, can look at this Instagram account to verify that it's real ourselves. AI can create this. I can take a photo of myself or just my face and AI can give me a whole body, a whole hand, and a whole blicky. I don't trust this shit.
You asked, could it aid? I said it could aid.
Okay. Did it?
Yeah, it did.
Right, and another thing he said, it's a silver top, a silver barrel. That's like, and then didn't you notice that when Andy Chow said it was a silver barrel, the prosecutor took the gun out of the case like he was going to present it to him, and he questioned him again. So you saying that it was a silver barrel? He said, yeah. Well, you didn't take the gun out and show the people, show the cameras, or show the jury, Your Honor, this is a black barrel. This is not silver. And he's saying that it was silver. It's those little things that really matter. You showed us a glimpse of it, but you didn't show us that the gun had a silver barrel. So we supposed to just trust you because you black and you a nigga. The fuck out of here, Uncle Tom ass, bitch ass nigga. He probably the nigga that sold his boy out just to go golfing with old buddy and them. Go to the bathhouse, sniff all kind of poppers and shit with these crackers just to please them and appease them. Just so that you can feel like you're one of the guys. But guess what? They don't give a fuck about you. No LeBron James tic-tac-toe having ass.
So is that, from your example, from looking at defense exhibit number 1, is that the light that was on the firearm that was found on scene that day?
It appears to be.
And that would be the firearm that we
Is that's the light on that light is not even that doesn't make any sense. The firearm would be more so pointed towards him a little bit more if that was discharging from the firearm. That light, it would have to be pointing towards him more. It's pointing away from him. The light is not pointing on him. That's not like a burst light. That's just like a fucking police flashlight. That's manipulated right there. That's not real. Like, don't y'all see how the light is actually pointed away from him and you're using his hair to justify the position of the lighting? But what happened to the silver barrel too that Andy testified about? They fucking threw this case, bro. This is butch, bro. This is fucked up. The family needs to know this shit.
We believe is in State's Exhibit number 11. And I'll show that to you all. A video from his Instagram that goes with the screen grab that we were just talking about. What was in that video?
The gun in his hand.
Screen grab from a larger post.
Correct.
Can you describe to jury what that post was that you saw when you looked?
I don't remember the exact post.
You don't remember what the post was?
No.
This is what I'm saying. You don't remember what the post was? Because you got a degree, because you got on the suit and the tie and glasses and shit. You don't have to come here with evidence, my nigga. Even in fucking civil court. If I say this is from an Instagram screenshot, I need to screenshot that shit to show it. And then if it's too small and distracting, then I will go and get a copy and download it. That's how you establish evidence. The evidence has a meta tag attached to it that tells you the date it was uploaded and taken. If I want to pull evidence from the Diddy trial in my phone, I got to go through my iCloud, take a screenshot of that particular time, and then I can pull up the photo or the video. If I just present the video and the photo and say this was from the Diddy trial, how do I know that? Well, because I got a screenshot from my iPhone and my iCloud that has a date on it. You want to question that? Bitch, go question Apple. Don't question me. I said what the fuck I said, and I'm under oath. You want to question that, then you need to do your job to disprove it by going to question Apple. This man just sat up here and said that it was a video and a photo, and I'm looking and scanning through this video where he's testifying for 40 minutes. There's no video put on the prompter. There's no photo or metadata or anything proving that this photo that he's presenting of Cyrus having a gun the day prior is from Instagram. There's nothing proving that. This is a fucking botched case. And guess what? Only the prosecutor can contest and challenge the not guilty verdict. Only the prosecutor can refile this case. Are you telling me as a prosecutor that I didn't do a good job? That I set this shit up? Bitch, a civil rights lawsuit need to be filed against the prosecutor's office too. They botched this shit. Give a fuck about your Jimmy Cricket. I'm black and we all black up in here, so I must be telling the fucking truth. Are you fucking crazy, nigga? You look like a ball of shit. It's bitch ass niggas like this that I will always body in the court of law, nigga. Take that fucking suit and that robe off, bitch. I'ma cuss you the fuck out and call you the fuck out in your motherfucking face. This why I don't respect niggas that work in the court of law with these white folks helping do us in.
Correct.
Can you describe to jury what that post was that you saw when you looked?
I don't remember.
So the only foundation that you have for the post that you saw when you looked is your motherfucking word of mouth. And it's the same prosecutor, this nigga right here, that questioned Andy Chow about the blicky, and he said that it had a silver barrel, and we seen the blicky in this photo that he wants us to believe is real with a black barrel. And he had this blicky with him right there next to the computer in the box. He never presented it to the jury to look at it. He never questioned, redirected, and caught up these none of that shit. A civil rights complaint need to be filed against the prosecutor office. I will literally fucking destroy this prosecutor office, bitch. I don't give a fuck, motherfucker. If I gotta be like Nelson Mandela, take you motherfuckers out for playing with me. Bitch, I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you niggas is bullshit. If I was black living in South Carolina, I would get the fuck out of there. Because these niggas is not for you. They for this. Look at this nigga. Gay ass, punk ass nigga do anything to get him some white pussy.
What that post was that you saw when you looked?
I don't remember the exact.
You don't remember what the post was?
No.
If I show you the post, will it help refresh your memory?
Yes.
Okay, well, you need to show him the post to help refresh his memory. Show him the post. Don't show him an image taken from the post. Show him the post that has a username, a like count, an engagement count, all of that shit. And with this said, I'm starting to think this kid probably didn't even have a gun. It was a fucking conspiracy for the defense in the state to say, okay, he had a gun. We're going to agree to that. He had a gun and the gun belonged to him. We're going to agree to that. So nobody questions that. Right there already working together. A big fact that I'm questioning myself. Is niggas that fucking dumb and slow in collard greens and hog maws and shit? It done clogged y'all motherfucking brains? Bitch ass niggas out there feeding motherfuckers candy, Kool-Aid, dip, fucking pineapples, and that shit is clogging your fucking brain and your critical thinking up? Is you cool? The fuck? Hold on.
Now, before we get into a little bit more about the ownership of the firearm, now the picture that we're talking about I should have taken the camera off.
And he just led him. What the fuck kind of court is this? You cannot show this man any evidence without laying the foundation. You have to ask him questions. Your question was, before we get into any specific ownership about the firearm, you heard how he said that? He's then going to present an image to him that he needs to establish ownership of the firearm. That was coded. And you can tell this is a fucking kangaroo court. Nigga, you ain't even established a reason to present this piece of evidence to this man. Look at this shit.
Now, the picture that we're talking about I should have taken the camera off.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's go back. Watch how he say firearm. It's like coded.
Now, before we get into a little bit more about the ownership of the firearm.
Before we get into a little bit more about ownership of the firearm. So he's sending him a message to say, hey, this is the part where we go ahead and pin ownership of the firearm on Cyrus, because me and the defense, we already colluded that he had a firearm that day. We already colluded and said that that was it. Mind you, this boy got on shorts, long ass socks, and a hoodie. And he's running with a hoodie on. I don't know what type of hoodie y'all got, but my hoodie, whatever the fuck is in my hoodie, it's gonna come out. Especially if I'm using one of my hands to hold up my pants and my other hand is running like this, is pumping. Whatever the fuck inside my hoodie is gonna come out of it. Just like Andy Cho said, when he was running, I seen him throw something and I look and, oh shit, that's not where I'm supposed to say he threw the gun. I'm supposed to say, he was on the ground and my dad told him to drop it. And then, that's when he dropped it in after he was shot, and then we kicked it away from him. Damn, I fucked up when I said something fell out and only we seen trash. Like, are you cool? This is America? Like, this is what we fucking live in? Like, even me with my smart ass, bitch, I'm so motherfucking smart. If I jaywalk, they're going to put me in jail on a $250,000 bill. Is it because I'm so bad or because they know that I know how to catch these motherfuckers in their shit? I literally feel like my life is in danger. Whether it's a petty crime or a big ass crime, I feel like my life is in fucking danger in America because I'm too smart for this shit. So he sent him a signal to say, we're going to go ahead and use this image to establish that Cyrus had a firearm and say that he posted this picture the day before and it was posted on Instagram, even though we're not going to show any screenshots that show him metadata or timestamps to prove. We're just going to depend on your word. And because you're black and he's black, they're going to believe you, right? That's what you call bullshit ass niggas working in a system of white supremacy to go against other black people. And that's why I hold them to the highest, utmost disrespect regard when I see them doing this shit. You're a fucking problem. These bitch ass niggas need to be thrown in the lake of fire immediately.
Now, before we get into a little bit more about the ownership of the firearm.
About the ownership of the firearm, coded.
Now, the picture that we're talking about and I should have taken that from
And then he present him an exhibit and evidence. You haven't even laid foundation to send him that. You haven't even asked the court permission to present that picture to him.
The picture that we have just exhibited from defense exhibit number 1, that comes from a social media page, correct? As you just testified to.
Look, exhibit, that comes from a social media page, correct, that you just testified to. So your testimony trumps actual scientific metadata? This ugly ass fucking nigga testimony. Bitch, I will call up, I will find out who the fuck you are and call and tell. Who is this? Like literally, I feel like really figuring out all these people and calling them and telling them, we seen what y'all did. We seen what y'all did. I want to find out I want him to know that I see what you did. And I see how nasty, how much of a snake you are, bitch. I see what you did, and I'm a brother, and I'm a black man, and I see what you did. I want to reach out to Cyrus's family to tell them what he did. I think I'm going to spend time finding out I'm going to tell them what I seen and how the state actually intentionally threw this motherfucking case. I'm going to contact that civil rights attorney that we finna play here in a little bit, and I'm going to tell him what the fuck they did. And at the end of the day, I'm going to still tell the family because sometimes them civil rights attorneys be in on this fuck shit too, especially being Crump.
Yes.
Okay, and that was from
that was improper introduction of evidence. Your testimony, and you looking at it saying yes. And look how disappointed he is in telling this motherfucking lie. That is disappointment. Like, yes, damn, I got to do this shit. They probably got some child pornography on. I got some shit going on, man, that they blackmailing me into this situation. Bitch ass nigga, I want to find who you is in your motherfucking family and tell them exactly what you did. You are part of the problem. Really and truthfully, you are part of the problem. You are helping these people try to ignite a civil war between black and white people in America or Asian people. You literally are so problematic. I feel like this nigga's a Freemason, a bad one.
From his Instagram page, and that was actually a larger post that was posted. Is that a fair statement?
Correct.
It's a screen grab from a larger post.
Correct.
Can you describe to jury what that post was that you saw when you looked?
I don't remember the exact post.
You don't remember what the post was?
No.
If I show you the post, will it help refresh your memory?
Yes.
One moment.
Yeah, so show us the post. Please show us the post. Where's the post? We want to see the post. We don't want to see we don't want to see a picture that could be from anywhere, can be AI. We want to see the post with metadata.
I'll show you.
No, show us too.
Does that video help refresh your recollection as to the question I just asked you?
Does that video help refresh your recollection? A video? You took 3 seconds to show him a video? You haven't even established how long the video is. You haven't even showed it to the jury. You haven't showed the public. You haven't put it on the jumbo screen to where I can look at it and I can see it. This is a public court case, right? Like this shit, I'm so scared. I'm so scared for black people right now. If this is what's fucking happening in the court of law to us, a baby just got shot and killed by this Asian man, and there's other black people who don't give a fuck that this kid could look like their son, their nephew, their grandchild, his grandchild. He don't give a fuck about that. So as long as you in on it and you benefiting from it, they're so fucking selfish. This nigga deserved to burn in the lake of fire.
You about where did the screen grab that picture actually?
I'm not convinced. I don't see the evidence. You didn't even properly get that picture in front of him. You didn't properly present the video to the people or to anybody. You didn't put it on the screen. You're just talking. You're just fucking talking.
From?
A video.
And could you describe the jury what was in that video?
The gun in his hand.
And what was he doing with the gun in his hand?
He had in his hand, the light was on, so I couldn't see what he was doing behind the light, but he had the gun in his hand.
You're a 25-year officer. You've been doing this a long time, correct?
Correct.
You know firearms.
I need 15, 20. What the fuck is his name?
Todd, fine.
Todd?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to make sure I give you your proper title.
Todd who?
Investigator, I want to give you your proper title. Could you tell me what you would like me to call you?
Todd, fine.
Todd?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to make sure I give you your
Todd,
proper title and respect that you things that we utilize to determine and prove ownership of the firearm that we're talking about in question.
Once again, he's 14, so he can't actually, own or buy the gun, but he had it in his possession.
And his DNA is on the firearm.
Correct.
Your Honor, at this point in time, we would move the full video at defense exhibit.
His DNA is on the fight. Where's the scientific proof? Where is the GSR gunshot residue expert? That's a whole other person. This is a private investigator. If his DNA was on the weapon, then they would have to send it to a lab, and that lab tech would have to testify to the chain of command of how they got the gun and how they tested it and the serial number on the package and who actually tested it and how they know that his fingerprints was on the firearm. When did they get his fingerprints? That's what I need to know. When did they get his fingerprints? Are they fingerprinting juveniles and they get in trouble? I forgot. I think they do, because, yeah. But does he have any priors to actually have his fingerprints tested before? And y'all got it in the system? Where's the experts here? You're not the fucking expert. You are an investigator. You're not a firearm expert. You're not a DNA expert. But I'm supposed to take your word like it means something because you've been in the police for 25 years just selling niggas out? Huh? Like, this case was botched all over the fucking place, man. They not even objecting. They're not even calling out the lies and the hypocrisy mentioned in real time. Like, do they really think niggas is that dumb? Bitch, y'all are doing a court case beyond South Carolina, nigga. See, I'm a talented 10th. I went out and explored the fucking world. I didn't eat all them chitlins and hog maws and shit and have that shit to close my motherfucking pineal gland. Why you think they let this shit go viral where y'all sucking up octopus out of a fucking boot, eating pounds of sugar in a jar of fucking Kool-Aid with pineapple juice and pineapples? Man, that shit is dumbing y'all the fuck down. I'm not that nigga. I'm gonna call you out in real fucking time.
Based upon what you just testified to, understanding the defenses and the prosecution's pretrial objection.
Yeah, that's a foundation issue. That's not how this evidence comes in. And we talked about this and talked about relevance.
We addressed that in pretrial motions, and I think I've already ruled on that.
Thank you.
That it's not coming in. Well, there's an email that explains it.
Okay. Your Honor, this time objection to charges offense number 1.
Sure.
Can you shrink that down, please?
That's not authentic. Why you didn't show the video? Since you said this the video that he did. Why you didn't show the fucking video? Okay? Under any circumstance, why you didn't show the fucking video, bro? Defendants Exhibit 1. I mean, like these niggas work in computer and tech. AI is so fucking advanced. And is it ironic that he has on the same hoodie with Chucky in it? Did we see Chucky in a hoodie when he was at the gas station? Like, and this is a hoodie that has front pockets, like something in the, like, what are you talking about? This is not how you authenticate evidence. It's not. It's not how you authenticate a social media post. It isn't. No. You're supposed to have a screenshot of this with the metadata, which includes the date, the time, who liked it, who engaged with it, the comments under it, if any, the social media profile handle, all of this shit you're supposed to have. You ain't got that. You just got a picture that you downloaded from somewhere or that you fucking you literally created your motherfucking self. And what YN really out here taking pictures with their finger out the trigger like these niggas out here are so fucking dumb and clumsy with these blickies. I seen a nigga shoot his own brains out because they don't know how to handle these blickies. And he's smart enough to keep his finger out the trigger. Oh, I believe in gun safety. And if this is Photoshop, they did that intentionally to show that he's capable of firing one. He's educated about how to use guns. Where did he get this education from? Like, this is the only picture he has of a blicky. And no former pictures, no hunting pictures, no nothing. And he just knows to keep his finger out the trigger and got the light on and shit. And it's shining in his hair, but not his face. I don't trust this photo. This is not authentic. You just can't pull up photos of people without you. No, you cannot at all.
There was a question for some time about the...
And like I said, look at the light. Look how far away, like when it comes to a light on a blicky or any form of light, just an angle is very important. You see how deep that light is inside of his hair? Opposed to how far away it is and how it's like pointed away.
The light that was found on the scene that was attached to the firearm. Looking at defense exhibit number 1, is that one of the things that would aid us in discussing where that light came from?
It could.
It could or it does?
You asked, could it aid? I said it could aid.
Okay. Did it?
Yeah, it did.
So is that, from your example, from looking at defense exhibit number 1, is that the light that was on the firearm that was found on scene that day?
It appears to be.
And that would be the firearm that we believe is in state's exhibit number 11. And I'll show that to you all.
Yes.
Like, But that firearm does not have a silver barrel. It has a black one. And you showed it to him, but you didn't show it to Andy, who testified and said that it had a silver barrel. These are witnesses contradicting evidence and contradicting things in real time. And we're just supposed to trust law enforcement. We're trained, we're conditioned to just trust them and say that they know what they're talking about and they know what they're doing. And there's not a big conspiracy against black and brown people. And the more niggas you see in the courtroom on the police force, the more likely not to trust these motherfuckers, bro.
So again, through the course of your investigation, do you not find it strange, weird, peculiar that on the day before this or within 24 hours, this is posted and then he goes into the store through your investigation?
You shouldn't have had a gun, period.
Okay.
Yeah, this Cyrus running for Mr. Chow. Let's see the gas station video.
Subjects based on surveillance video or photography for that matter?
It's very common.
And is it helpful if you have high definition video or screenshots of an individual?
Yes, it is.
Is it helpful in your experience to have good descriptions of the clothing they're wearing?
Yes.
Okay. Would it be helpful in a case like this, if you're trying to identify somebody who is suspected of shoplifting, to be able to do freeze frames, to be able to reverse, to be able to zoom in on their picture? Would that be helpful in identifying them?
Yes, it would.
They should have hired me to do this case.
Let's just slide.
Let's see.
You recognize those also to be just screenshots from videos we flash?
Yes, they are.
Okay. And what about
those two, the two that you just...
All right.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, it would.
Camera angles of their face, high definition videos of their face, you had their shoe. What if they left behind 2 cell phones? Would that help you in identifying that person if they did commit a crime? Would that be helpful to you?
Yes, it would.
Recognition technology.
I am.
And what is that?
So he just said he's familiar with facial recognition technology. I am. And what is that? Oh, I don't know. Nigga, you familiar with Photoshop and pictures? Nigga?
Convenience stores to follow suspected shoplifters and chase them down.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. You were called to a convenience store for the crime of shoplifting.
Yes, it is.
Do you have any knowledge of your department instructing employees or owners of convenience stores to follow suspected shoplifters and chase them down?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Not that you're aware of. Have you ever heard of anybody in your department instructing anybody to do that?
No.
Technology.
This shit is fucked up, bro. That little boy laying in the grass. Man, that's fucked up.
59 is in the back of my trunk. You hear me? 59 was placed right here is in the back of my trunk. I go down there, Sarge. I got it. You see it? I got it.
Like, how would he have a firearm inside of a loose ass hoodie with gym shorts on? Wouldn't it be in the backpack? And ain't nobody made no allegations that he reached in the backpack to get the firearm.
You want to go get that one?
Why they redacting all of that? We want to hear all of that shit. Why they got to redact it?
Noticing the tack light right here.
Why is they redacting this?
And I promise you, okay, we're gonna get to you, okay? Thank you. Sorry, I need your it didn't look odd to me. See? What is this? 40? Yeah, that's what I got out from that. So I think that's just my technique. Yeah, in case I'm showing it, so looks like 45. And then I don't think the backpack has it.
And this is it?
Mr. Rick Chow.
Do you see Rick Chow here today?
I do.
Okay, where is it?
Sitting at the table over there.
And this is it?
Mr. Andy Chow, his son.
All right. And this, what is this? Is this what you were just describing as the wall of shame?
Yes, sir.
So, let me show you space fit. All right. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, they fucked this case up, bro. This is not cool.
So for joining us here on WLTX Plus, I'm Christy Calcagno. Right now, community and civil leaders are set to hold a news conference any second to respond to the verdict in the Rick Chow trial and the death of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton. The group says while it respects the jury's decision, it does have concerns about what the verdict means for racial justice, self-defense claims, and equal treatment under the law. Let's go ahead and take you right now to New Laurel Street Baptist Church on Fairfield Road. News conference just getting underway.
We'll have host pastor Reverend Damian Brown. We'll have
Reverend Damian Brown. Reverend Day.
have the president of the Columbia branch of the NAACP, Sister Ovita Glover, and then we shall hear from the attorney for the family, Brother Cyrus Belton, and we will.
Oh shit, I'm on Clubhouse, but I'm finna call them and leave them a message right now. What's his name is? One second.
Hello. You've reached New Laurel Street Missionary Baptist Church, where our pastor is Reverend Charles B. Jackson, Jr., and our youth minister is Reverend Abraham Sally. Our theme is an amazing fellowship of love, where we want everyone to feel welcome and loved. We are sorry we are not able to answer your call at this time. However, please leave a message, detailed as possible, so we can return your call as soon as possible. Be blessed and have a wonderful day.
Hi, this message is for Pastor Brown. My name is Donat Ricketts. I have a 147 IQ. I am actually following up and doing research on the case with Mr. Chow, who was recently found not guilty for the unalivement and assassination of a young man by the name of Cyrus. The court case was live streamed and broadcast across the world, and there's a lot of discrepancies in the case. For instance, I firmly believe that the prosecutors and the defense colluded and conspired with each other. For number one, the officer who said that there was a video of Cyrus holding the gun, it was never shown to the people on the jumbo stream. The officer also said that Cyrus had an Instagram post with the gun. I don't think that they did a great job. Matter of fact, they didn't do any due diligence authenticating that that was an Instagram post at all. It was just a photo that could have been AI showing him holding a gun, and the light was off while it was shining on his head. In addition to that, when Andy Chow testified, he said that the gun that was kicked away had a silver bearing when it had a black bearing. And if you go back to the video, you will see the prosecutor kind of question him multiple times and ask him, was it silver? And he said yes twice, because the gun that they have in possession has a black bearing. And it's a lot of lies and discrepancies being told. It is firmly a conspiracy, honestly, just because this kid is black, and it's not substantial justice, not even on the criminal level. I firmly believe that this is a setup and that this case was not properly handled. The prosecutor threw this case on purpose to cause a public uproar and outcry. There is, I believe, an approaching civil war as well as World War III, and this is just one of the fragments that is leading up to those events. So even the Carmelo Anthony and Chud the Builder situation, I know it might sound like I'm rambling, but do your own due diligence. Go back and look at the evidence and understand that I know the law and I know how to submit evidence and what to look for and what not to look for. They threw the case on purpose. Don't believe the demonization of that child at all. This is a botched, planted investigation.
Sorry, only 30 seconds left to finish this recording.
So please go back and do your due diligence and watch the videos and understand the setup in this case. They were working with them. Even the black people that we supposed to know and trust in our local law enforcement that's sitting there testifying about videos that is not properly presented. No, don't believe them. This is all a lie. This is all a fabrication. And this is the demonization of our youth. And if you really care about our youth, you will stand for substantial justice and hold your local...
To simply leave your message, press 1. Otherwise, to hear it, press 2. To re-record the message, press 3. If you need something else, that is not a valid option in this menu. Go ahead.
3.
Press the pound key when you have finished.
Hi, my name is Denot Ricketts. I have a 147 IQ, and I'm looking at the case where Mr. Chow was found not guilty. Andy Chow lied multiple times under oath, and the prosecutor, who happens to be a black man, did not question him, did not redirect, did not cross-examine him the proper way to discredit him. And if Andy Chow's statements is the only reason Mr. Chow was found not guilty, then the prosecutor would have butchered and did a poor job intentionally to demonize this young black kid who did not have a gun. Andy Chow testified and said that the gun that he saw Cyrus with had a silver tip, and it's very clear that when the prosecutor, who happens to be a black man, was questioning him and asking him about the gun, and Andy said it had a silver tip twice, he didn't even present and show him the gun because it has a black tip. He didn't even cross and check him about first saying he touched Cyrus's body and then saying he didn't touch it. None of the witnesses in the neighborhood were asked any questions to discredit Andy Chow. For instance, Andy Chow said he was yelling and screaming, saying he has a gun, he has a gun. Nobody heard that. This is all fabrication. Also, the one detective that testified about Cyrus having a gun the day before, I firmly believe that was an AI picture. If you're going to say that you have an Instagram post in the court of law, you need to screenshot that post that has the metadata, the date, the timestamp attached to it, the comments and so forth. They had a picture that they looked like they printed out or photoshopped and presented it, and the only thing substantiated that it was an Instagram post or there was a video attached to it was a black man lying on his child. This is not how you run a court. It's a kangaroo court. It's all a setup. It's not real. This case was thrown intentionally. This is much bigger than a civil rights issue. This is corruption in your local government. And brother, you need to check your local government, even the niggas over there working with them white folks.
Then open ourselves up to receive your questions. We're grateful to the media for coming on short response. We had much to do to prepare to be here, and we're here now. So I want to present our statement to you, and then ask Reverend Brown, then President Glover, and then finally Attorney Rutherford. Then we'll receive your questions.
I'm going to call them in the morning, too.
The Religious Affairs Department of the National Action Network is deeply troubled by the...
So you trying to be Al Sharpton, huh? You gonna sign a memorandum of understanding with the white folks to undo all the hard work and the fucking progression of another black man, huh? Black child at this, man. I don't trust none of these bitches, man. I'm starting to think black folks aliens and reptilians too.
Not guilty verdict in the killing of young brother Cyrus Carmack-Belton. This past Monday, June 1, a jury in South Carolina here in Richland County came back and found the killer of brother Cyrus not guilty. While we respect the roles of juries in our justice system, respect for the process does not require us to be silent in the face of these troubling questions. The verdict leaves many people throughout America and South Carolina asking whether justice is truly blind, or whether race continues to influence how lives are valued in America. And now claims of fear, danger, and self-defense are interpreted often to justify the execution of black people. At the heart of this case is a question that cannot be ignored. If the races were reversed, if the shooter and his son had been black and the teenager white, would the outcome have been the same? If you've been in America for a while.
Like, and this is National Action Network. You know who owns National Action Network? Let me make sure. I firmly believe it's Al Sharpton. National Action Network. Al Sharpton. Yes, okay. National Action Network. Al Sharpton and the National Action Network. Okay, that's who own it. And I'm not finna listen to them. Al Sharpton signed the memorandum of understanding that was used when Byron Allen sued CBS Corporation for racial discrimination in making and enforcing contracts. CBS took that to the United States Supreme Court and made it harder for black people to file complaints for racism against these corporations under the Civil Rights Act. And this happened before they overturned affirmative action. This, matter of fact, this shit happened in 2019. And CBS used Al Sharpton to go ahead and sign that to minimize and say, hey, we work with Al Sharpton, Byron Allen. Even though you're 100% own black entertainment company, we work with Al Sharpton. See, we're not racist. And this is what Byron Allen had to say about Al Sharpton and his Action News network. He told that nigga, to get a bucket of chicken and hit the bleachers. Okay, so shout out to
Good
Yvette
afternoon, everyone.
Carnell.
This is Yvette Carnell from Breaking Brown in Your Black World. And if you have been following the news this week, if you have been following Breaking Brown this week, or if you have been following anyone else in black media this week, hopefully you are already aware of the shitstorm that is surrounding our boy Reverend Al Sharpton. Now, you know, if you followed anything that I've said, anything that I've written, that insofar as I go, Al Sharpton is just a street preacher who's kind of gotten on and is kind of manipulating the black community, and who serves as like the pit bull for the White House right now. But what I really want to break down right now is this $20 billion allegation against Al Sharpton by Byron Allen and other black-owned media people who are saying that basically, you know, Al Sharpton got on for cheap, for what Byron Allen describes as a chicken dinner. Al Sharpton got on for a chicken dinner payoff and boxed everyone else out. Now, what I really want to break down, like I really want to break this down and really go into why this is so important. Like, we really have to understand why these allegations are so important. And let me just throw something out first of all. It doesn't matter what you think about Byron Allen. I don't know anything about the guy's politics. I'll just assume that given what he does, given that he's worth about $200 to $300 million, that the guy is pretty well off. He's a capitalist. He gave an interview with the Daily Caller. He's probably a conservative. I don't know. I can't call it. But the truth of the matter is, what we need to focus on right now isn't who Byron Allen is, because that's really a fallacy. That's an awful argument to go and attack Byron Allen and say, well, it's coming from this conservative guy. You know, you can't really trust him, or look who he's married to. You all have to stop that. The truth of the matter is, what really matters here is whether Byron Allen is right or whether Byron Allen is wrong. That is the key here. Now let's look at what he says. In this $20 billion lawsuit against Comcast, Urban League, NAACP, it's against Al Sharpton. What he's saying is that these organizations have taken payoffs.
You see what I'm saying? So when I see this, matter of fact, I feel like I just made myself a target by calling this pastor and telling him I see through the fuck shit and I see what happened. You mean to tell me as soon as this case is over, Al Sharpton is already prepared and already working with local churches there to push an agenda? They know what's going on. They know that it was a substantial injustice, nigga. See, I'm illuminated. My eye is open. And motherfuckers want to control it and silence me because of it and demonize me because of it. I probably just made myself a target by calling them to let them know that it's a smart black man out there that just saw through all the fuck shit. And you got Byron Allen with all the money and billions of dollars. Al Sharpton went against him. He been working with the white folk. Al Sharpton went against Michael Jackson and played in his face, talking about Tommy Mottola. I probably just made when I see Action News, I'm like, hell no, these people are grifters. They grift off of social events. Why the fuck is every time a Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and somebody happen, you go to Facebook and you look up these keywords for what's going on in the community? Al Sharpton and Action News is paying for ad placement to rank for these keywords because they want to grift and attach themselves to public issues that's affecting the black community, but never offer any substantial justice. And Byron Allen is working hard and want to make a way for it's easier for black-owned businesses to make and enforce contract with these white corporations. And Al Sharpton is there to say, hold on, I'm going to get me a cut and I'm going to advocate for these white folks. Nigga, sit on down. I work for them and I'm going to get some money off of selling you out. So when I left that, I wish I can take that voicemail back. Bitch, I don't even want to play that 47-minute speech in this we shall overcome Selma 2.0 type of shit. I don't want to fucking do that at all. Because We know what Al Sharpton is working with. Why the fuck the good die and the bad gotta live? Who the fuck benefited the most out of MLK gone? Al Sharpton's or Jesse Jackson's, who was actually there with blood on his shirt and then traveled across state lines with that same bloody shirt to get on TV and to have people to support him. And oh, brother Malcolm X, the nigga talking about what the Migos did to take off. Shit, these niggas been grifting off of Martin Luther King's success and the blueprints that he led. And when Martin Luther King Jr. found out that he was a sellout working for these people, he was like, what the fuck, I've been hoodwinked? And guess what? Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and all of them, they was right there to say, yep, nigga, and we knew it the whole time, and you gonna keep on going with this, or we gonna take you out. And guess what? He ain't here no more.
When you look at Sharpton, let's go all the way back. When Sharpton got his MSNBC gig, the National Association of Black Journalists went crazy. Because they were saying to themselves, and they were saying on their listserv, that this guy has no history in media. He doesn't know what he's doing. And there are plenty of black journalists who would have been better at that. So what happened? Well, the allegation came out that he was, Al Sharpton blessed the Comcast merger, basically said, hey, hands off. I'm not going to say anything about what you do here as long as you give me the hookup in the way of a $750,000 a year MSNBC job. If you do that, I'll be quiet. I'll be the pit bull for the White House. I'll jump when you tell me to jump, and I'll say how high. So let's bring it to this $20 billion Byron Allen lawsuit, right? What Byron Allen is basically saying is that not only did Al Sharpton take a payoff, but he's not even good at taking payoffs. Byron Allen is worth $200 to $300 million. What he's saying is that Comcast won't even let me use their networks. They won't even let me have distribution through their channels. They have boxed me out, right? And what this also shows you is that Byron Allen,
this is 11 years ago,
$200 to $300 million, from what I saw online, has to sue to get a seat at the table. Now, the first point is that Al Sharpton has taken away his seat at the table for $750,000. So not only did you sell out, how cheap did you sell out for? $750. There are people who are in local media.
And 11 years ago, Byron Allen was worth $400 million in 2015. In 2026, this nigga just bought BuzzFeed and said he coming to compete with YouTube. Byron Allen is worth $3 billion right now.
Get paid more than $750 a year. This guy, who is unqualified, and who, point two, probably took a seat away from a journalist who could have used it, who could have done a good job. And another point, that's a point that Byron Allen...
Here you go, Byron Allen right here.
He's a host on MSNBC and one of America's most prominent, outspoken civil rights activists. And now Al Sharpton, along with Comcast and Time Warner Cable, are facing a $20 billion lawsuit over alleged racial discrimination against black-owned media companies. Now, in the complaint, Byron Allen, a comedian, news presenter, and CEO of Entertainment Studios, alleges that Comcast gave Al Sharpton that 6 p.m. show on MSNBC, for which he's been paid approximately $750,000 per year, despite notoriously low ratings, and in exchange for his continued public support for Comcast on issues of diversity. Now, it all sounds kind of convoluted, and I want to get to the bottom of it. So joining me now in Los Angeles is Byron Allen. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you, Brian, for having me.
This case has been getting a lot of coverage this week. We've heard from Comcast, and I'll read their comment in a minute. But tell me the one-minute version of what you're alleging.
Real simple. The cable industry, AT&T, DirecTV, Comcast, Time Warner, they spend about $50 billion a year licensing cable networks and advertising, with less than $3 million per year going to 100% African-American owned media. Now, what they do is they make token donations to people like Al Sharpton, the NAACP, the Urban League, and after taking those donations, they negotiated a fraudulent MOU that says this is okay for black people to live by. What America needs to understand is that Al Sharpton does not speak for me. Al Sharpton does not speak for black people. It's like I ask people, who is the white person who speaks for you? It's racist to even believe that Al Sharpton is the go-to person. Shame on you, Sony, for thinking sit down with Al Sharpton and that negates your racist emails about President Obama. So it's real simple. These token donations.
You see what I'm saying? So Al Sharpton sat down with Sony to go against Obama, but he was out there on a float with Michael Jackson talking about Tommy Mottola is the devil, playing in Michael Jackson's face. That nigga been in bed with these motherfuckers. Al Sharpton did what T.S. Madison did to Kaya, sitting next to him and laughing and kikiing, but behind the scenes building relationships with all these people that are the fucking ops, so you can have your way and make a seat for yourself at the table. That's why I would never respect a Al Sharpton, a T.S. Madison, a motherfucker who really didn't earn the position that they got. I can't go to sleep at night if my talent alone or if my hard work and ethic didn't get me where I'm going. Bitch, I can't go to sleep at night if I had to take a big old on my ass or go to a Diddy party, a Diddy freak off to act like I made it and I'm a celebrity. Like, I couldn't even sleep, but I couldn't even be content with myself. Is you cool? Like, this is why I haven't been made it in Hollywood, because I ain't finna do none of that, motherfucker. And there's a couple of times I probably would have did it, but you're not gonna pressure me. You're not gonna make me think that it's not my idea, bitch. It's my idea what I want to do. Is you cool? So Al Sharpton sold Michael Jackson out. Al Sharpton sold Obama out. both with Sony Records. He'll do anything to bootlick them white folks.
Make to him, as reported in the New York Post, allows them to have racial cover. This is why we're not getting enough advertising or any advertising from McDonald's and Coca-Cola and Chrysler and General Motors and AT&T. They don't spend any money with African-American owned media. Something that's very alarming, AT&T spent more money on Al Sharpton's lavish 60th birthday than they spent on Ebony Magazine, the biggest African-American magazine in America, around 70 years, 10 million readers per month. AT&T spent only $30,000 on that magazine. Walmart has given money to Al Sharpton. Walmart doesn't spend any money in Ebony Magazine, and they barely do business with me in a long-term partnership, and I'm constantly going back and forth with Walmart and Chrysler as well. So he is the least expensive Negro. Don't really do business with real African-American-owned companies.
Something like that sound. I mean, when you say that about Al Sharpton, are you saying he's
the numbers are actual. The numbers are just follow the money. You know, don't do business with real African-American owned companies. Just make a token. Give him $50,000 and a bucket of chicken, and we're good. You don't have any problems with real African-American owned media. You should not be Chrysler. You shouldn't be giving him money and not spending money with me and others like me and Stevie Wonder's radio station here in Los Angeles.
But aren't you trying to shake them down the same way by filing this lawsuit, which you know is not going to succeed?
Look, Brian, let's define a shakedown. He doesn't give anything in return. I am a legitimate businessman. I am one of the largest producers of television and media in the world. I have 36 television shows on the air and 7 24-hour HD networks. They're not letting us participate in the $50 billion that they spend on licensing and advertising. There's a very big difference. He's the shakedown. I'm the legitimate entrepreneur. We have to make sure that...
Some of your programs
yeah, he is a shakedown.
I think it's really important to hear their side here. They say this complaint represents nothing more than a string of inflammatory, inaccurate, and unsupported allegations. We are proud of our outstanding record supporting and fostering diverse programming. They went on to say we will defend vigorously against the scurrilous allegations in this complaint, and we fully expect that the court will dismiss them. Now, Sharpton has not commented on the record. Do you have a question for him or a thing you'd like him to address about this?
No, Al Sharpton's not that. He's not important. He's nothing more than a black pawn in a very sophisticated white economic chess game.
Exactly.
He's used by his white masters at Comcast and AT&T. He just needs to shut up and get in the bleachers. What we have to do is get these corporations to understand you must include African-American owned media. We have to stop the financial genocide against the black community.
Do you understand how offensive this all sounds to someone like Al Sharpton?
Well, you know, I'm not worried about his feelings. I'm more focused on getting corporate America to understand it's time to do business with us. And President Obama has been bought and paid for. He has taken donations from Comcast. Comcast is his biggest contributor. AT&T is one of his biggest contributors. Listen, Obama, your own FTC is investigating AT&T for throttling. How can you even consider them to buy DirecTV when you're suing them? Is it because you took donations? Yes, Obama. Don't even think about letting them merge until they settle this lawsuit and that lawsuit. Comcast got caught. Well, let me, Brian, this is important.
Your main issues here are about the mergers, Comcast, Time Warner Cable, and AT&T DirecTV.
No, Brian, let me be clear. My main issue is about economic inclusion for African Americans.
Period.
You know, Comcast deployed software to slow down video over the web in 2008. They broke federal laws. That's like me robbing a bank and then after I get on probation saying I want to be the president of the bank. Obama has to do more. I'm very proud of what Obama has done for the gay community. I'm very proud that he has achieved gay marriage. And if you can do that, you can achieve economic inclusion for all Americans, especially African Americans who have been left the furthest behind. Obama, you bailed out the banks. The banks you bailed out don't even make commercial loans to African Americans. Obama, you bailed out the car companies. Those car companies don't advertise with people like me and people like Ebony Magazine. Obama controls close to $2 billion in advertising. Join the Army, join the Navy, join the Marines.
It sounds like
we as African Americans do not receive.
Yeah.
No, Brian, you're not hearing me. Brian, listen to me carefully. My concern
I hear what you're
is
saying.
that
You're saying it's about advertising with independently owned media. These are issues about media consolidation, but I understand that you're making these racial points about how they affect African American communities and businesses. I do want viewers to know we read the Comcast statement, and we'd like to hear from Sharpton as well on this, and hopefully we can in the future. But Mr. Allen, I do appreciate you being here this morning.
Bitch, shut up, pushing an agenda. Black people watch more TV and consume for Comcast than anybody else, and you don't want to pay somebody who has a legitimate product that knows and serve their own audience, okay? Byron Allen is the realest in Hollywood, okay? And I'm honored to even know him, okay? I'm honored. This man will if I call, I'd be scared to call. If I call this man will take out time to talk to me. Dead ass. And this man is a multi-billionaire. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, they don't even have the power that he has. You think I give a fuck about them sellout ass niggas? Man, we talk shit about them all the time. Fuck wrong with you anytime I pick up the phone and call this man. Let's be completely crystal clear about that, nigga. And guess what? This happened in 2015. So Comcast got mad at Byron Allen and took it to the United States Supreme Court, despite the fact that Byron Allen won the lawsuit and was going to win because he had an overwhelming amount of factual data and evidence to support his lawsuit. The reason why Comcast went to the United States Supreme Court, they went there to challenge the Civil Rights Act when Obama was in office. And the United States Supreme Court said that if you Negroes want to file a lawsuit for racism and discrimination, you're going to have to bring actual facts, not factual allegations, actual credible facts. Got to have it handy. I'm not talking about having telepathy like the police do, where they can pull you over and say, we think you're going to commit a crime or we think you racist. You have to have solid, hardcore evidence under the Twombly standard when you file a complaint. Are you hearing me, Jessica? Because they wanted to decimate our civil rights under Obama's watch. And this is before Trump got into office the first time. This is before they overturned critical race theory. This is before they overturned DEI. This is before all of that. Obama could have stopped this, but he didn't. Trump is just perpetuating it and being arrogant about it. And when this shit happened, I spoke about it a long time ago and I registered. And I was like, do y'all not know what this means? Do y'all not know what this means? Do y'all not know how this is going to affect you? Do you not know that your corporations and jobs that you work with, even if they owe you motherfucking money, you don't think they're looking at Supreme Court law and figuring out how this is going to affect their company currently and in the next 20, 50 years? I mean, the police definitely know. The corporations know. And so when I see Al Sharpton, Action News, advocating for Cyrus and bringing these niggas out there that's doing this for national attention, donations, and filing a civil complaint with the family and shit. See, Al Sharpton know we didn't caught on to his bullshit. So now he's employing other local ministries to act under his umbrella called Action Network News. The same nigga that went into Costco's and told people to boycott Target, taking all these Negroes into motherfucking Costco's with the cameras out to film it, walking right past the membership desk, but ain't even stop at the desk to purchase at least 100 Costco membership cards. We can't none of these niggas pass this man right here without a membership, but you don't want to tell him that though. Again, look at it. Look at it. Nigga walk right past membership. Nigga walk right past membership. Huh? They go membership. Y'all know y'all can't go and pick up them folks shit without no membership card, and they walk right past it. He ain't pick up, he ain't buy no membership or nothing. Like Barron Island said, Al Sharpton don't do nothing but take a big ass clout chaser. Who remember the episode of the Boondocks? Episode of the Boondocks where that nigga was like, that was Al Sharpton. Ooh, gotta get in with the young kids and gotta stay young and doing his hats all permed up and shit. Niggas been on the Al Sharpton, man. So when I see Action News Network right here in the first network out this bitch after they done destroyed and demonized this 14-year-old boy and lied and botched up and fixed up a motherfucking court case in front of the nation like we dumb, they testing that shit out on y'all. Like, I feel so bad. I feel horrible that I'm not at this. A part of me just want to leave and go to Texas because they're not going to be able to cover that case like me. These are important cases. I need to be at these cases, but I'm afraid that I'm going to be targeted. I just left a message. On these people, I just left a message on these people.
In America for a while.
Motherfucking voicemail, and they got National Action News backing them. They are not understand. I'm not finna waste my time looking at this. I'm not finna do this. National Action News, Al Sharpton, run away from them. All of these niggas is paid and bought for. Don't you know they get up here saying that, oh, you know, it's wrong what happened and pointing out exactly what's wrong and calling out the local officials and shit, that's against National Action News Network. Because, see, they sell out for the corporations. They sell out. Al Sharpton go along with the white folks' agenda. And that's always been anti-black. That's always let's demonize this 14-year-old boy. There's a bigger plan at play. We got to make them think that this boy had a blicky, even though Mr. Childen got away with unaliving and shooting 2 other black people. We got to make sure they're demonized at all costs. Nigga, they probably use Carmelo Anthony as the first nigga that gets sentenced to a long time in prison and say, you know what, he's a good kid. We're going to give him a second chance. We're going to give him the option to go to the military. And people are like, oh, you know, yeah, that's good. They already programmed us. That's the only way out, right? So when they start force drafting y'all asses, you think y'all niggas, you think they got a plan for y'all want to be Muhammad Ali ass niggas? And rest in peace. Yesterday was his 10th death anniversary. So rest in peace. And guess what else happened yesterday? They demonized the black boy. And they got Carmelo Anthony right there. Man, they got a plan for our youth. And that is to demonize them, break them down, and make them look like a detriment so that they can be forced draft and you can encourage them to go to the military, how they programmed us to do in the movies and shit, right? Ain't that's what they do? Man, it's a big-ass conspiracy up out there, man. And I don't trust nobody. With Action Network News in bed with Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, I don't trust none of these motherfucking niggas. Al Sharpton is worse than them niggas in court perpetuating the white supremacists. He's not only in the courts, he's in the corporations, selling out Obama, selling out Michael Jackson, selling out any and everybody black that we know is great. And then when you peek behind them, you'll see that they ain't number bullshit at the end of the day, nigga. Who the fuck will survive in America? The people that pull themselves up by their own bootstrap and use common sense. That's who the fuck is going to survive in America. That is who's going to survive in America. The people with common sense and common decency. Follow your heart. Follow the stars. The Northern Light bitches in Brazil. I'll see y'all later. Love ya. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?